Yo, make sure you check out Doggie Diamonds No Filter on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Also, I'm on SoundCloud. Any podcast streaming platform that you prefer, I'm on it. If you don't have it, you don't see it in the description box, just hit Doggie Diamonds No Filter. Doggie Diamonds No Filter in your favorite thing. And that's what it had. Just go there. Also, for $100, I promote whatever you need on my social medias and my website. That's my Twitter, Facebook, Insta Stories, YouTube community, and my website, www.doggydiamondstv.com. Hit me up on Instagram at Doggy Diamonds for your promo. Serious inquiries only. Must be cash app ready. And if I told you before, I tell you again, if you're not getting the alerts and you want to stay up to date with the content, then you got to go to www.theinterviewking.com. Just put your email in there. You will not get any emails about nothing I'm doing but content. I do not send out emails when I got to take a piss, when I cook food, none of that. It's only related to the content. Let's get to it. All right, y'all. See, we wasn't on black people time. We was on black people time that's about their big eye. That's how you do it. That's how we do it. So as you come in, you should hit the like button because we gonna about to set this on fire. Alright, stop the music. Stop the music. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. I'm going to introduce my brother real quick. This is my brother right here. I don't know if y'all know. This is my brother. Introduce yourself to the people just in case they don't know who you are.
Peace to the true and living. I be Shyheim _rugged, a.k.a. the rugged child, a.k.a. the man child, a.k.a. 0283873, a.k.a. 1483854. Now let me stop. But they got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's up, Doggy? Peace. What's up, y'all?
This is my brother right here. We go way back. Been on the street together. Not on anything negative, but we've actually been outside together. I knew where his crib was at. We did a lot of work together. And through all his trials and tribulations, I've always been right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right there.
Yeah. But let me take my hood off. My head is just mad shiny because I got a haircut and I'm looking like Mr. Clean. So I got it on. I usually like to rock my joint the second day. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Yeah, you get a little.
We here though. What's up?
So how you been?
I'm well, man. I'm well. Healthy. I'm alive. I'm blessed. Yeah, man, I feel good.
Somebody in the chat said it took you a long time to get this interview. This is like our 5th interview. What are you talking about?
Oh, no.
we always do content like this is a home team right here. So you well, from the last situation you went through, how long did you have to go in for?
Which one is the last bid? My last bid. I was sentenced to 7 to 14 years. So how that works is this, right? I had a determinate sentence and a indeterminate sentence. So that's like a flat bid running with a split bid. Mm-hmm. So how that pans out. So a lot of people was like, well, how did he only do 6 years off of a 7 to 14? Well, let me explain. So I was sentenced to 7 years plus 5 years post-release supervision for as a predicate violent offender for possession of a firearm in New York State. That's the minimum you can get. You know what I'm saying? 7 years, 5 posts. If you ever been in any trouble, and if you've never been in no trouble, you shouldn't get nothing less than 3 years for a firearm. So, it's just what it is, right? And then for my manslaughter conviction, I got 4 years and 2/3 to 14 years. So running concurrent, that makes it a 7 to 14. The 7's higher than the 4 and 2/3. So the 7 takes the place of the front number, and then the back number stays the same. So off the 7, you CR off for 6 years. That's why I was able to walk out on the 6 years on my CR on my flat bid. You know what I'm saying? So if that makes, for those that
they'll get it, they have to rewind it. So bro, I remember when you went through that shit. You hit me and you was like, yo, I gotta go in. And I kind of didn't really know what to say because the time you was looking at was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What did you learn from that?
So I have a long laundry list of things that I've learned, right? But just to cut it short, I would say choices and consequences. You know, I would lead it up to that, because when I actually caught my charges, that was the after effect. The seed been planted to lead up to that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times when we get into trouble, we already been on a trajectory of getting in trouble. We planted them seeds and we watered it, and that's the results. You know what I'm saying? So that was the results of my negligent behavior, my substance abuse, uh, you know, my
recklessness.
yeah, recklessness, and being of it in myself. I would say I stress that a lot. I went through a period of time in my life where I was trying to prove to people that I was tough. And I honestly, I lost my way. You know how the God said, yo, I lost my way. You know what I'm saying? So what prison did for me, it was sit me down and removed everything. I'm talking about, when you're talking about lose everything, I'm talking down to the bone. Nothing.
Obviously, because I
Right?
was going to ask you that. Did prison save your life?
Definitely. And I'll tell you why. Because it made me realize that I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. Like a lot of people want to say, yo, I'm like that. I realized in prison that no, I am not like that. Right now, you know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot at a very young age: success, movies, television, the world. I seen the world before I could
Process
before I
it.
can legally
Process it.
drink.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
Before you
saying?
could really process it too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm getting a call. I don't know how to do that. Gotta just tell them I hidden back.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. So I don't know. Would you just let it
Yeah, you still here, so
sleep?
just let them do what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pawn Self. That's my man. That's my man. Oh, shout out my man Gully TV. I gotta
Yeah.
hit him back.
Yeah. Shout
But
out to
yeah,
Gully.
so what I learned, right? So the first time the first time I went away, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't
You
learned
didn't learn
nothing.
shit.
I didn't learn nothing. I went to a camp. I went to a medium. You know what I'm saying? I was in Franklin Correctional Facility. Those that's familiar with that, Adirondack, Lion
No,
Mountain.
Franklin, no pun intended, right?
Yeah. But tell me what I went through there, right? Franklin,
Yeah.
like all the jokes, them people play up there, right? But honestly, I didn't learn much. You know what I'm saying? I was still in the phase of thinking of what people thought of me, this image, you know what I'm saying? I was still in that zone. But the second time around, I went to the big boy house. You know what I'm saying? I went to Clinton A, Maine, the Max A, Maine. A lot of people went to Clinton. They went to the annex, or they went, you know what I'm saying, into them programs. So they wasn't in the dirt yard. You know what I'm saying? Over the fence, like you know what I'm saying. So there, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about who I wasn't. And it also opened the gate of who I was, and then the blessings that I had, because I would have some conversations, right, and I'll be talking about like Zurich and Germany, and people were looking at me like, what? Like they couldn't relate. And that's when I realized all the gifts and all the blessings that I had. And I was like, wait a minute, yo, bro, you didn't, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what birthed the Rugged Road to Recovery, because I was like, yo, if I went through all of that, right? If I went through all these problems, and I was famous at 14 years old, right? And I still ended up in the penitentiary. How does that happen? How does that happen? You know what I mean? And I said, yo, I have to be to the youngins the big brother that I wish I had at times. So, and that's how it started.
But you know, it's a misconception that you had big brothers based off of your affiliation with the Klan. So I want to ask you, where did you go from the rugged child to, because you came into the culture as a teen, but a kid, very well protected. And then it had to be a point where the protection was off you to where you was able to run wild. How did that happen?
I would say this, right? One would be that I had a lot of freedom. I can't sit here and say, yo, blame it on people. Because the God, like I had a lot of freedom, and with money you come freedom. It's like I like when you paying the bills. Like I didn't even have to go to school after a certain point because I felt like I'm paying for that tutor. I'm not going. And when you paying the bills, who's gonna argue, right? So I would have to say, right, for my sanity, right, because nobody wants to be abandoned, right? I don't want to be abandoned. I don't want to feel like, oh, people, you know what I'm saying, just abandoned me and went on with their life and said, forget Shyheim. I don't think that happened. I think that as everyone was growing older, their priorities shifted. So it was no longer about the little brother from the neighborhood. They had their real kids now, and they had their real family, right? But when you're a kid, it just damaged me so much because that's all I knew. So when real life came and it was like, no, that's business. That's not real life. I didn't understand the two, the difference. I thought every DJ I ran into, I thought everybody, you couldn't tell me. People that know me know how I was. Like I was just that kid. I spoke to everybody. I went everywhere. I messed with, right? So when it was that reality and realness came, it was like, nah, G, this is real, and you have to learn to separate the two.
But who was responsible for you? Like, who was your caretaker? You was a baby. Like, you know, because you think the general public would think RZA had you every day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I remember. He said, "I raised Shyheim innocence Pampers." So the misconceptions was that you was in good hands. Who was responsible for this kid?
I was responsible for me, right? Because it's crazy, right?
That's crazy. That is crazy.
But in one hand, right? Because I remember being on the road with Immature, right? And they had real handlers.
Got you.
Like real handlers. Like at the end of the show, I got my money in my pocket. I'm like, they had business. You know what I'm saying? It was just different. You know what I'm saying? It was me and my homeboys. We 17, 16 on the road, representing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So it was a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? Because had I had that supervision, maybe I wouldn't have been able to be as free and out there to get those blessings that I got. You know what I mean? In a weird way. You know, could it win another way? Should it win another way? Yeah. But when you're dealing with business, that's what I say. When business came into it, right? Business, because again, I knew, Rakim, RZA before rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was all wanting to be famous, right? And get on and represent Staten Island. Because that was as far as that I thought of it as like, yo, we get on, from Staten Island and people in the Bronx and Brooklyn to know us. That was the world to us, you know what I'm saying? All this other stuff wasn't even part of the thought.
Because all Staten Island had was the Force MDs, then the UMCs,
yes,
then Prince Rakim. No, it might have been Prince. I don't know if Prince Rakim was first or the UMCs, but it might have been the UMCs.
No. Prince Rakim definitely had the first record ever because, like I
love you, Rakim.
I had the real, like it was just a big deal that he had a real record, like with his name.
Oh, we love you, Rakim. Yeah,
What I used to go up to Tommy Boy with him and stuff like that early on and learn things, right? So I would say that okay, so in the beginning when I would say this, right? I was a kid from Staten Island rhyming, like I rugged child knew everybody. You know what I'm saying? I was the kid, I love to tell these stories because it brings me back to that pure.
What public school you went to?
I went to PS 14, I went to PS 16, then I went to IS 49.
49. I went to 61.
61.
You went to 61? I was in 61 too.
I started at 49, but I got kicked out of 49 and then I went to 61 and I graduated.
So I went to 29. No, I went to 31, then 29 because I was smart. Then I was in 61. Then that was only like a 3-4 year span. Then I moved back to BK. I moved back to BK.
And after 61, I went to Newdorf for my freshman year. But after that, my record came out and it was over. It was like no going back,
Why you ain't play football? Because Staten Island is football town. But a lot of people don't know that. Them high school football teams is crazy in Staten Island.
I was basketball. I played ball.
Okay.
I played basketball. I played basketball for I didn't get to the high school, like I said, because I had just came to high school my freshman year. My record came out, and so it got a little crazy at school for me. But before then, I played in NYCHA League, Nitro League. I played for Ed Watkins, Rising Stars.
What about the PAL on Jersey Street? You used to go there?
Yeah, no. It used to be Cromwell Center.
Cromwell Center, yeah, because I know where. Yeah. Because
I used to Cromwell Center. And then I played in Brooklyn Navy Yard. You know what I'm saying? I remember going there, and the famous dude that used to go there was Bud from the Cosby Show. Everybody used to be like, yo, that's Bud from the Cosby Show. You know what I'm saying? And back in them days, like, it wasn't many kids, but yeah, Jay.
So I want to, but I don't want to gloss over something. You said you was on the road with Immature. We can't just let that go past. Did you see any spooky on the road with the Immature? Because we hear a lot of stories. What was that like?
I mean, it was my first big tour, like with tour buses, because, you know, I was hip hop, so we was vans and we was things like that, but they had real tour buses and the band and everything. No, out of all the accusations that I hear, because we all hear the accusations, right? I never witnessed any funny things, you know what I'm saying, on no level. Even with the adults, the accused adults always treated me differently. I don't know if it's because coming from New York,
you wasn't with that shit.
Project to inner city kids, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it was that they say, oh, this nigga, the whole Wu-Tang gonna come with you, right?
Yeah.
But nah, I can honestly say I never witnessed anything.
Because this is Immature, not B2K. This is Immature.
Yeah, this is Immature, like B2K. Man.
Okay, so your record comes out, and now shit different for you. Because I remember seeing you, and I remember saying, but I don't know if he sound like Inga or Inga sound like him, but somebody sound like somebody. I don't want to get you in no trouble, bro. We went through this before, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, because I'm like, yo, hold on. Either Inga sound like Shyheim, or Shyheim sound like Inga. I don't know who.
Okay,
Inga is Foxy Brown for the world.
Okay, huh?
Inga is Foxy Brown for the people who don't know. So clarify.
I'm gonna say this, right? What was her first name?
I'm about to say it in a minute. Well, I'm gonna do a little hip hop trivia. She was going around saying she was Lil' Kim for a long time because we didn't see, the world didn't know what Lil' Kim looked like, so she would say that was her. But
I mean, talking about as once she started like her demos and.
Go ahead, let them know. Go ahead, let them know.
Well, her first name was AKA.
See, I didn't even know that.
So,
because she was English, she didn't even have no rap name.
Her name was AKA.
Okay.
And I was Shyheim, AKA the Rugged Child. Yeah.
And y'all actually know each other too. And
yeah. Oh, that's my childhood friend. Oh, we was kids, man. Shout out to English. Shout out to Fox. Word up. Love. Always.
Shy. Y'all dated before too. Cut it out.
Huh?
Y'all dated before. What do you mean high? Your eyebrows on? Y'all dated before.
You can't date at that age. What are you talking about? This is high school. This is junior high school era. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And anyway, that would be corny now, 30 years later.
No, we didn't say we didn't say nothing derogatory. You're just saying y'all that was the influence.
Well, I mean, at that age, I was trying to get 1,000 phone numbers. That was the thing. How many numbers I could get? So
you're talking to your brother here. You know. I ask questions I already know the answer to. You know, but
yeah.
So you used to come used to come to the town. You used to come to BK.
Yeah.
You was born in Brooklyn too. Could you tell the people you was born in Brooklyn?
No, see, that's what Wikipedia says, right? Wikipedia says I was born in Brooklyn. No, this is what it is, right? I'm born and raised in Staten Island, but I was a premature baby, right? So when I was born in Staten Island, they took me to Kings County Hospital.
Okay.
And that's where that's where I stayed in the incubators and all that till I fully developed and was go home. So I went home from a Brooklyn hospital, Kings County.
That's like one of the fucked up hospitals too. That's like the trauma center. Niggas get bodied and go to Kings County.
Yeah. So when I was young, I was born premature. You know what I'm saying? I was born like at months, and then Staten Island. I don't know, back then they probably didn't have the facilities.
No, they
to
only
do
had
it.
Seaview, St. Vincent's. Remember, they only had Seaview and St.
Yeah,
Vincent's back then. They didn't have
yeah,
Staten Island Hospital and all that shit back then.
yeah.
They didn't have
Well,
all
no,
that.
Staten Island was first because it's the old Staten Island Hospital, not this
Yeah,
new
but
one.
remember, it was a different place though. Remember, they moved
Yeah,
to
that was
Staten
on
Island.
Castleton.
Yeah,
It was like
Castle. Yeah,
Castleton.
and
Yeah, yeah,
the hill, up the hill, up the hill. Yeah,
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 up the
exactly.
hill.
That's the
Yeah.
one I was born at, but then I went to Kings County. Yeah, where they
I'm a Brooklyn nigga, but I got my Staten Island political ties. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Now I'm
Well,
not being.
everybody from Brooklyn live
It's
in
from Staten Island.
Island.
Yo, it's Staten Island. Respectfully, is really baby Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
y'all
'cause,
mall was the Albee Square Mall. Y'all used to love to go to that mall. That mall was
yeah.
the shit
Well,
to
what it is, I think what it is like now, if you see what happens, is like you migrating. The people from Brooklyn is moving to Staten Island, and Staten Island from people's moving to Jersey, Jersey moving to Delaware, PA. Everybody's trying to work their way back down to the slave ships.
Yeah. So
Hey.
On and On comes out. I'm looking at you, and I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because remember I was in a group called The Little Bastard, so I understood the young group. You had the youngsters. Shout out to my brothers, Karan, Taji, Tariq. They wasn't street kids. They were rapping. You had Crisscross. But when they put our group out, we were supposed to be the bad kids. But then when you came out, it was like, oh shit, another bad. And then Illegal came out after that. It was like, oh shit, another bad kid. But you was also from Staten Island, Stapleton. But then I was kind of confused a little bit because when I seen you with Wu-Tang, which was RZA and them, I was like, Stapleton, Park Hill, they ain't never got along. What the hell is? Because I didn't understand like how Stapleton and Park Hill got along, because I was telling you earlier, historically, they ain't never get along. So where was you? Who was your main producer back then, though? Because people think it was RZA, but it wasn't RZA, right?
All right, so this is how that transpired, right? Mercury from the Force MDs,
Rest in
right?
peace.
I used to work, rest in peace to Merc. I used to work with Merc. Merc used to do shows, and I used to perform at his shows and all that. Then also, Rakim RZA, my grandmother and his mom's houses was adjacent. Our backyards was adjacent to each other. So that's how I even met, Ninth Prince, you know what I'm saying? As kids in second grade or whatever. So that's how that connection happened. Mm-hmm. Right. But when you're a kid, you don't know that all your older cousins and everybody know each other already. Right. You thinking you just discovered people. Right. But so that's how that connection came. And that's how that connection came. I hate when this happens. How do I do this? So don't send a voicemail. There you go. So, all right. So it used to be something with us too. It's passed down. The older dudes is fighting, the high school kids is fighting, the junior high school. So it was always a thing with the Hill. But with hip hop bridges gaps, man. Hip hop will make an enemy your friend. You know what I'm saying? Through the love of hip hop. And I think the love of hip hop bring everyone together. So
but who was your main producer though? Because
okay. So all right. So this is what it was, right? I had Rakim and I had R&S, right? R&S is the one who I got the deal with. I got the record deal with R&S, Guy Route and Big Wigs, right? Management. They're the ones who
walked you through
that walked the dogs through version, right? But RZA was my mentor, my big brother too. You know what I'm saying? So I would be the kid that went from RZA house to R&S house to King Just house to Pop the Brown Horn house. Well, anywhere hip hop was at, I was that. So technically, I think I wasn't no one's artist really. Until the business came, you know what I'm saying? And when the business came, rightfully so, R&S and them got me the deal. But at that time, when I actually got the deal, Rakim it was away in Ohio for some issues, right? So when he came back already, I was already had the deal. You know what I mean? And that's when they started, continuing to put out Wu-Tang.
What was your second single off that album?
It was On and On. B-side, Bring the Drum. Once for the Money.
Got you.
Once for the Money was that.
Did you stay in the town when you had your deal, or did you move? The town of Stapleton, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, nah, I moved. What you talking about? But I ain't moved nowhere. I just moved to the harbor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like I moved out the projects to a house, but it's still the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's like Meth had moved from Park Hill to South Beach. It was still right there. It was still right there.
Yeah, but those areas was kind of different from living in a project building to living in a house on the side block. You know what I'm saying? It was just.
Yep. So, all right, your career is you Shyheim now. Everybody know who you are. But then the music started taking a little backseat because now we see you in TLC Waterfalls. We see you in the Parenthood. We see you in Original Gangsters. We seeing you on television. Did you have an agent back then? Like, how did you get casted in these movies and TV?
Well, first, I never put music to the back for acting. Right. That didn't I didn't like say, okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna focus more on this. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really even have a game plan. You know, most people get into this industry, you know, man, at an age that they can have a game plan. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I didn't have no game plan. You know what I'm saying? I was just living my regular life, learning through whatever comes my way and making decisions and learning from it as I went along. You know what I mean? So, but what started to happen, R&S started to focus on GP Wu. GP Wu got their deal through MCA, and they started to focus on that. My schedule started to pick up from the acting stuff. So it kind of strayed me away from working with them so much that I didn't even appear on their first album, that by the time I came back, everything was already crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Pop the Brown Hornet too.
Yeah, that's my big bro. So it was that, you know, I became more of a celebrity and was working more, but that pulled me away from, you know what I'm saying, that unit. And then the business is the business, right? So then people start playing games, you know what I'm saying, blocking certain situations, to pull and tug, to be in this side of your ear, yeah. So I ended up leaving Wigs, R&S, and God would say, and you know, when you get the book and see the movie and all that,
it's coming. So let me ask you, it was a time where you was Gladiator Posse?
Huh?
You was Gladiator Posse at one point?
I was born Gladiator Posse.
This is what I'm saying, because people don't know GP Wu means Gladiator Posse, and Wu-Tang was one.
Because
break that down.
It was both. It was GP, Gladiator Posse was Stapleton, and Wu-Tang was the way his style. It was a lifestyle, right? So GP Wu. It was all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but from Stapleton, I was both, and so was the group was both. So that's why they named themselves GP Wu.
But it came a point where that didn't work and it wasn't working out. Did you ever feel like you had to pick a side between Pop and R&S and them in the Clan?
Not necessarily pick a side, because I was little Shyheim to everybody. I hope I didn't have to pick a side, and I hope people wasn't
expecting you to pick a side, right? Yeah.
Because everybody was my big brothers, you know what I'm saying? That goes with anything in this industry, right? I don't pick sides with nothing. You know what I'm saying? At all. I don't even have opinions, because I don't like for a person to tell me mind your business. Shut the fuck up. Doesn't concern me, right? So I never make comments. I try not to, right? So let me not say I try not to make comments on other people's business or what doesn't concern me firsthand. You know what I'm saying? I try to do that a lot. You know what I mean? That's my thing.
So now you doing movies. What is the movie set like? Because I couldn't imagine what it's like to be on set and you dinking the damn you all types of different people.
Well, see now you see cameras all the time, so it's not even a big deal. You see a camera crew, right? You just automatically think like, yo, anybody with a camera set up. But in those days, to be on a real set, to really be in Hollywood was a different hit. And I don't take nothing from people now, right? But before, you had to have it. You know how many demo tapes landed on tables to get a record deal? You know what you had to go through? You know what kind of, you know what I'm saying? What level of, you know what I'm saying, of talent you had to have to be in a movie, to do those things, to be on the set. So for me, at first, it was kind of like I was feeling like I was selling out. I have to be honest, because in those days, you didn't do movies.
Yeah.
That wasn't the thing. And even some of my brothers and them that's in the films and all that, back then it wasn't that. Oh, come on, that's you know what I'm saying? People, if you did a commercial, you was a sellout. If you got too much radio,
you was a sellout.
They was looking at
you crossed
like
over.
You was a sellout, right?
This shit played to.
I was feeling like, yo, am I crossing over, right? So for a while, when I would get opportunities, I would be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? But what cracked the door open for me was TLC Waterfalls. Don't go chasing waterfalls. That cracked the door open, because if it wasn't a music video, I probably wouldn't have done it.
How did you how did you end it that? Was that F. Gary Gray doing, or how did you get on
F.
that?
Gary Gray.
Okay.
Yeah, F. Gary Gray. Because they originally wanted me to act in Fridays, but that was acting. And I was like, nah, I'm from Stapleton. Like, you know what it'd be like coming back to Stapleton, being Little Chris, kicking over garbage cans? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have worked for me well. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
So you're supposed to be Little Chris in Friday.
Yeah. And then the next opportunity came was the video. And I was TLC, bet. You know what I mean? And after that, I want to say it was a law, man. It was the universe, because I didn't audition. I didn't have to go to auditions. I didn't have to do all that. It was like, that's who we want. Because if like, I don't like to take credit for things, right? Because I like people to tell my story, because when it's real, you don't got to say nothing. The people gonna tell the story.
Truth don't need validation. Yeah.
But I would like to say, part of the culture made it mandatory to go get a little young dude to be down with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It was like, after me, everybody started popping up with a little homie in the crew.
Well, let's get into a story. We touched on this story probably like 17 years ago. But the world don't know that it was rumored that you were supposed to be Memphis Bleek on Coming of Age, not Memphis Bleek. Could you tell the world about that?
I was never supposed to be Memphis Bleek.
Meaning that it wouldn't be no Memphis Bleek on Coming of Age if you had did the record.
Well, I didn't say that. That's what was written.
That's what was written in the book. Exactly. So let's let the world know that you were supposed to be on Coming of Age. He wanted you on Coming of Age instead of Memphis Bleek. Did you?
No. I don't think that was the case. What I think happened, he wanted me on the record, right? But you got to understand, people do things for their own benefit. So sometimes if a thing can't benefit somebody else, it doesn't happen. I had no acknowledgement that this ever took place until the book came. So you can imagine me like, well, I get you know what I'm saying?
No, but I heard it before the book, though, bro. The book confirmed it. Remember when we did that interview? That book wasn't out. We did that.
People was
murmurs in the street.
It,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. Yeah.
He never said it until the book. You know what I'm saying? So when it was said in the book, I was like, oh, wow.
Confirmation.
I kind of felt like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love the record, you know what I'm saying? I believe, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, what's for me is for me. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Because clearly it would have happened the way it was supposed to happen. But yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice.
You probably would have been Rockefeller.
No.
You don't think so?
Because I'm Wu-Tang.
So it's Dirty.
That's a different situation.
Got you. Okay. It makes sense.
That's what I'm saying, right? Because it's a thin line, right? It's one thing to do business, right? So I'm not going to say that I wouldn't have did business with Rockefeller, right? You know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't? Good business is good business, right? Wherever it's at. But I don't think I would abandon my flag for it.
Yeah, we didn't wave different flags. Yeah, we didn't wave different flags.
Yeah, even right now, you know what I'm saying? I don't go on tour with the Clan. I don't do a lot of that stuff with them, you know what I'm saying, as a Clan, because Wu-Tang Clan is their group, right? I'm not Wu-Tang Clan group member, right? But I wouldn't get a deal with Maybach today or do a deal with Rock Nation tomorrow and be running around saying, yo, this is that, that. I would show love and yo, what's up? But it's always going to be Staten Island, it's Wu-Tang, GP, Stapleton. Now my own company, Isometric Concepts, ISO 360, Rugged Road to Recovery. But it's always the foundation. Got you.
So Did Jay-Z feel like you turned it down, or what happened?
I don't know. Really, I don't know what he
So
feel like.
let's
You know what
put
I'm
this
saying?
out there. So let's put this out there. All you journalists, when y'all sitting in front of Jay-Z, Elliot Wilson, and y'all keying, could y'all ask them about the Shyheim story? Because the culture needs to know that. Because again, you was one of the original shorties in the culture who came
I
at an
think this is
era.
what happened.
Go
I
ahead.
think this is what happened. I think, you know, at that time where I was, where my career was at and the level I was on, I believe that maybe Jay-Z was trying to handle things diplomatically in the business way and go through the right channels.
Mm-hmm.
And by going through those right channels, people blocked the situation. If he would have just said, yo, Shaq, come here. Yo, got this record. It would have been done, because the type of kid I am and who I was, it would have been done. You know what I'm saying? I worked with Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler, you know what I'm saying? DR period.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to DR.
So that's my hip hop. That's my sound. You know what I'm saying? So I would have done it.
But y'all did Show and Prove with Kane, who's like your godfather.
But Show and Prove was before that.
That's what I'm saying. So but Jay-Z been cooking that album for that album ain't new.
But this is what I'm saying. If at that set or wherever, if he'd have just pulled my coat like, yo, what's up, boy, directly, he can never say like, yo, I asked Shyheim to get on this record and Shyheim said, no.
Got you.
That never happened.
So what's your relationship with Big Daddy Kane? Let the world know.
Oh, Big Daddy Kane. Oh man, that's my I say that's my guard dad. You know what I'm saying? Because Kane, man, I learned a lot from Kane, man. You know what I mean? Watching, you know, observing and firsthand. You know what I'm saying? That was he was the first tour I ever went on. You know what I'm saying? Really the first superstar to take me on under the wing, right? I remember going to hang out with Kane where my family thought I was missing because I was just broke out. You know what I'm saying? And would just be going. But yeah, Kane, man, I got the utmost love and respect for Kane.
I remember dudes in the Clan said they thought they had karate movies, and then they went to his crib, and it was like, what the hell? Like he had all the black exploitation movies, all these karate movies that you know. Kane is my greatest rapper of all time. That's who I say is my greatest rapper of all time, and the founder of Brooklyn rap, because Jay-Z is comes from that root, and Big and all of them AZ. That so I always give it to Kane.
And showmanship. He taught me showmanship.
To this day.
I used to go on set and to learn how to control a crowd, to learn how all that, man, that like even before I met him, he was one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? So
all right, so now I gotta ask you about this historic moment. Spread Love beat is playing. Tupac raps. Biggie raps, so does Scoob, and you rap too, but everybody just know where Brooklyn at. Don't you got a verse there too?
Yeah.
How come your verse is never played when them verses is played?
You gotta actually DJ that. I can't. Maybe they thought my shit was whack. Like I don't know, Doggie. Like. Yo, it's funny, right? I was building with my man Bebo. We was driving, right?
Shout out to Bebo. That's my bro right there.
So we riding and we listening to Sirius XM. We listening to Rock the Bells, and we hearing all this 50 of hip hop. And he's like, "Yo, why they don't play your shit? Why ain't you involved in none of these shits?" Right? I'm sitting there going, "I don't know. Maybe I'm on that list."
Nah.
You know what I mean? Maybe I pissed somebody off. I don't know, but. It is what it is.
But I want the world to know, when y'all hear that, we're Brooklyn at, I got 7 Mac 11s, and you hear the Tupac verse y'all love, Shyheim is actually on there too. Where was that?
Well, that was at Madison Square Garden. That was the Budweiser Superfest that Big Daddy Kane was on tour. And I was on tour with Kane. Kane let me go on tour with him. And New York was, I believe it was our last stop or one of our last stops. And that's when Pac and Big came out to rhyme with us there, because me, Scoob, and Kane would do the freestyle on the rest of the tour anyway. But those was added on when we was actually there.
Pac was Pac at that time, but Big wasn't big at that time. Big was on the cusp of. Did you see?
Big was Biggie Small.
That's what I'm saying. But to me, it was Fat Chris. You know what I'm saying? So so at this time, did you see something was about to come on the horizon of some superstardom, or this was just some dude rapping?
You know what? I didn't even look at nobody like superstar. See, you gotta remember hip
How you
hop
grew
at
up?
that
Yeah,
time.
it was no dick riding, and
It was none of that.
it
If
wasn't no
someone
dick
see you,
riding.
it was like, oh yo,
Yeah, we
what's
ain't
up,
do that.
yo?
You ain't take
It was
pictures with
none of that.
niggas. You ain't. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, you knew, oh shit, Pac's in movies, like he did a movie, right? Yo, Big is killing and partying. You knew, right? But you didn't have to. It was none of that. It wasn't prima donna, everybody trying to outshine everybody. Now you go to an event, right? You got a corner full of dudes over here looking at these, and the people want you to say it's weird. This
Because
is
I want
weird.
people to know, back in the days, we actually didn't even intermingle. We didn't intermingle.
Yeah.
So when we saw the scenario and we saw Tribe Called Quest and Leaders, we was like, what the fuck they doing together? We didn't understand, because you wouldn't see, like when we see the worst with Onyx and Wu-Tang, we like, fuck Onyx doing with Wu-Tang. Like that shit was always different to us. Like we didn't intermingle back then. But you had Kane under the wing. Big touched the microphone. Pause.
But I didn't have Kane under the wing. Kane had.
I mean Kane.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Kane had you under. Kane had you.
Said he had Kane under
Yeah.
the wing. No.
Kane had you under the wing.
Yeah.
So you watching these classic records go out there. Did you pinch yourself, or was you in the moment where you really didn't understand how historical this was?
Even today, right? Even that and a lot of other things like Original Gangsters with Pam Grier and Jim Brown and Richard Roundtree and Fred Williamson, or to be working with Robert Townsend, right? It's surreal, right? When you look back, you don't realize, you know what I'm saying, the weight these people hold till you look back on it. And at the time, nah, I didn't, not at all.
So all right, now you an actor now. Why did it stop? We had a sidebar, but I want to know if you want to share that with the people about why you think the acting stopped.
I think, well, poor choices.
Okay.
Poor choices, right? Like when I was explaining to you earlier, I started to try to become something that I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And during that process, things take the back seat. You know what I'm saying? And my talents, unfortunately, I put going to the studio less. I put less effort into acting, you know what I'm saying? And put more energy into outside and trying to prove to a bunch of people who didn't really even care about me in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thankful I didn't lose my life. You know what I'm saying? Believing in the false narrative.
Oh, I gotta ask you about this. Soul in the Hole. What was that like? Because that's so. I want to tell you how this is why the universe is perfect. So I'm listening to Soul in the Hole. It comes on, and I'm listening to Ghost do his little intro. He's like, Shyheim, you the point guard. I said, yo, let me call a bro. So I call Shyheim. We have a long conversation. We got some shit we working on. And Shyheim says to me in the conversation, I'm the point guard. And I'm like, bro, that's why I called you today. Because you're saying what I heard somebody else call you. And you do the Soul in the Hole song, and then Thank You comes out. When you heard Thank You, what did you think?
What's Thank You?
I think it's her name Vivian Green. What's her name, y'all? The R&B song with Soul in the Hole music. You never heard that?
No, I never heard that. No.
Oh my God, bro.
I gotta check it out.
It's called Thank You. It's Soul in the Hole sample. Like, it just sounds like Soul in the Hole, and it's like, what the hell? Like, we expect y'all to just come rapping on it, but it's a dope R&B joint. But it's the Soul in the Hole.
Check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Soul in the Hole was one of my best records. I enjoyed that record.
Also, Big L. What was Big L like?
You know what I want to say? New York hip hop for back then, right? Again, because it was none of that funny shit, right? So L was nice. We all knew he was nice, right? Everybody knew L was nice. You know what I'm saying? But he was still real, and he was still down to earth. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really little kid me. Like, even though I was a little kid, you gotta think I was a little kid, right? But he still answered the text. A lot of old heads was like that. I would call them, I would text them, right? And they would give me the same energy as they would give an adult. But I was a kid. So some of the stuff, of course, I didn't go to nightclubs with him and do things like that because I was a kid. But he always answered my calls, you know. And then when I got the budget to do the Man Child album, I said, yo, I got to get him on there. You know what I'm saying? To do a song and also to produce a joint for me.
But he didn't really do features like that. So how you got a Big L feature?
Well, see, me and Big L, right? All right. So this is how we met, right? I used to go to Columbia to hang out. There's a lady by the name of Thais Harris, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now Thais used to let me come hang. I used to go to every label, every magazine, and chill out and hang in the office, and that was me. That's what I did with my days. Like I went and hung out and tried to learn what each department in the label does. PR, what's video, what's this, right? Because it all has its own department.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go to labels and just hang out. And back then it was all love. Like, come up, sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how it was. I was a kid that was a label hopper too. As long as you had an in, you in there running through every office. You going to promo, radio promo. You might be getting sniped. Any promotional gear, you going to get you some hats.
Hat,
yeah, you remember that shit. T-shirts,
everything.
Stickers, everything. Yeah.
That was everything for me, right? And then it was like, oh, and don't all free the free soda you got. I used to just be in there drinking all a free soda. Like, that was my day.
Yeah.
But so I had met him up there, and we became cool. And like I said, he didn't treat me like a kid. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times, a lot of people didn't treat me like a kid. Maybe they should have, but then again, maybe not.
I think back then though, if you had a little edge to you, we didn't treat them. You didn't get treated like a kid because you was already off the porch per se, not because you was a drug dealer, but you already seen and experienced shit. You already was cursing. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, it was big to be a certain age and curse. So if you already cursing, go ahead.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I went through it with the FCC because I was one of the first kids to curse on a record. All them kids acts that you had, they didn't curse on their records. They didn't have explicit stickers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not, you know, I'm not to say that to say anything about anybody, but they didn't have the sticker.
That's crazy. So, all right, you do the thing with did y'all see back then there was no flying vocals. So you was actually in the studio with Big L. What was that like?
Yeah. It was everything. It was like a teacher too, because I'm still a student at it, right? So, you know, I did my part, wrote my part. I had another rhyme in there. He's like, nah, say this one. Da-da-da. I'm like, all right, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Coach me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it was. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, you know, what happened to him. And I always just say, yo, that's why I got the tattoo, because I said, yo, no matter whatever happens, I'm gonna always let people know, you know what I'm saying, who Big L was to me. You know what I'm saying? You know?
So you also, like, one of my favorite records is Man Child. I think, to me, that's your best record, Man Child in the Promised Land. I love that. Like, to me, that was your biography. Was that your biography with Takitha singing?
Yeah. Well, see, at that time, I started to coming into, you know what I'm saying, more of an adulthood. You know what I'm saying? I was like, around that time, I'm 19 now. You know what I'm saying? Feeling myself, moving around, you know, situations, real life is happening. And then you go from writing rhymes about it to living it. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I at first, my rhymes was, yo, an old man got shot in the parking lot. Right? Then my rhymes began, yo, I'll shoot a nigga. Right?
Yeah.
And I willed all that stupid things in my life. So I learned that. So now I'm very careful about what I say and the energy that I put myself into, because that can present itself in my life now.
I remember I'm a young old man, and then you was like, my aunt died from AIDS. I watched her deteriorate. She told me fucking with drugs was her biggest myth. That shit was like, what was the emotions of you putting that down? Because you really putting your life on. This is for real. What was the emotions recording this?
It was therapy for me. It was therapy for me. All of it always is. That's why a lot of my records are like that, and they're truthful. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have club records and things like that. And it's weird because I'm a clubber. Like, you know what I mean? I have a good time when I'm out. Sometimes I have too much of a
too
good
much
time,
fun,
right?
right? Mm-hmm.
But you have purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe my purpose was to go through things so I can, I can share them with people and help people not go through them or get an understanding of things. You know what I'm saying? Like those, it's funny, right? It's real quick, not to go off, right? You're speaking about man child. Shout out to my boy Travis McCoy, gym class
Used to
heroes
be
or whatever.
Travis McCoy, but then he started calling himself Travi. But
Yeah, Travis, right? We're actually working on a project called The Man Children together. And he was like, yo, you should do Man Child 2, right? This is how the Man Children came. And I was like, I can't do Man Child 2. And he's like, why not? And I was like, yo, you know what I had to live through to get Man Child? I don't want. if it takes me to produce another Man Child to go through that, I'm
we good.
You know what I mean? I said, but hey, you a man child and I'm a man child, so we both could be the man children. Let's do it. And that's how that was birthed. So shout out to Travis. Word up.
Are you a young old man?
Yeah, man. I was outside a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. I was in nightclubs at 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just be like, it's there.
Give me a classic studio session that you was there for, that nobody know you was there for, a record that you seen record that we all love, and it don't gotta be your record.
A record that I was
in the studio. You was in a studio session. It could have been a Clan. It could have been anything that you was there when they recorded that. And you like, yo, give us a classic record.
A classic record of someone I was in the studio with when they made it. I would say it was. I believe it was the W. And Nas was on it, and Nas was in the studio with the Clan, and he was writing his rhyme, and he wrote his rhyme, was like, yo, check this out, right? And I was so hyped that, yo, just pick that shit to me, right? Because I'm a fan, right? Still, right? But you don't ride nobody, so it was like that was a time when Nas came to the studio to record with the Clan in L.A., and I was in the studio, he let me hear his verse, and then he went and laid that shit. That was one of the dope studio sessions.
Wow. So you do the Man Child project, but then it was like, I remember you did Codefendants too. I love that song too. That's another one. I love Codefendants. Tell them about
that. Was at the transition. That was at my transition of Virgin Records, Wu-Tang Records.
Yeah, I love Codefendants though. That's
probably arguably one of the poorer choices I made in my career.
Break that down.
Leaving Virgin Records to go to Wu-Tang Records.
So Virgin was headed by who at the time? Who was your A&R at that time?
Gemma Caulfield.
And you left him to go to who?
Well, she was a female. Gemma Caulfield.
You said Gemma.
Yeah, Gemma and Phil Q was the president. I had 2 albums. I satisfied the deal, 2 albums, and I was in negotiation for the 3rd album. Wu-Tang Records, sold a lot of units, became a household name, and it was a decision because it was independent, and I was supposed to get a different breakdown in the deal, right? That I would have made much more, right? But we didn't handle business.
Handshake?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, handshake.
Handshake, but we was in the process of doing the business, getting the contracts and everything. But at the same time, you start now, this freedom came for me, right? Because it's not with Virgin no more. So I don't got people showing up, you know what I'm saying, on me like that. It's just like, whatever, you come, you smoke a blunt. So all of that started to happen.
So the structure was gone now. You lost the structure.
Yeah. And once I lost the structure, that was the only real structure I had in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got release dates, you got mastering dates, you gotta turn this in. Yeah, everything is
Man, I got photo shoots, I gotta talk to people, I gotta do interview days, I got days where I'm just sitting there
with drops. You gotta do drops.
Yeah, and then I used to just have a interview coach, like etiquette. They would teach me etiquette, how to eat at restaurants and all type of things, right? I lost all that. And it was just like, yo, you on your own, you figure it out. And with that clouded my judgment. And then I started being outside more around people. It became, and the rest was prison and murder.
I never
death.
knew who ran Wu-Tang Records. Who ran that?
That was the president of Wu-Tang Records was John Mook Gibbons.
Okay.
Big Mook. Mook was the president. But I mean, it was all RZA still. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? RZA and Divine and Power. It was, you know what I'm saying?
Because you had Razor Sharp, you had a lot of labels, but then you had Wu-Tang Records, and I never understood what was what, who ran what.
I mean, well, you know, at this days, now that I know business, it was just another way, another EIN number to get some bread and, you know what I'm saying, move things around. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it really was, another business venture. But again, you know, things happen. And around that time, with a lot of that freedom, I was moving a lot more reckless and around a lot of things I shouldn't have been around. And then that's when prison started coming in my life, and the streets and all of that. And it was a long 20 years.
So you're not a part of the clan, the group, but you are the group. The 10 members was 9, and then Cap became an official member not too long ago, like official on paper.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang affiliate. In your opinion, does that have been helpful or hurtful to you?
Well, to me, it never really applied to me because, like I said, I had my own situation. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't discovered. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't the after effect. I wasn't, once we got on, we came back and put you on, and now you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that. So, I don't even know where the name affiliate, whoever started to stay an affiliate, you know what I'm saying? Because I never heard a Wu-Tang Clan member refer to me as an affiliate. I always heard press and people like that say I'm affiliate. If I ever heard anybody speak on me, they say, yo, Shyheim, that's my little brother. That's this. I never heard affiliate from nobody in the clan. So I don't even know where that shit came from.
Yeah, because I think because this is how the Drink Champs thing came about, putting you in the same boat as they did the Sons of Man and Killer Army and other dudes when you predated all of them. Like, you already was in with the music before they were even groups. The Drink Champs should initially pissed you off. You was able to go in there and iron the stuff out. Is everything all good with that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, understand. Definitely was made understood. I mean, it's definitely worked out for the better. You know, it definitely was a trigger for me. It definitely was a trigger. Just newly being released from prison. You know what I mean? You what's the word? You develop, right, characteristics, and you develop things, right, and it could have very easily went left. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have been good for none of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that once we was able to sit down as men, way before the show aired, we was able to talk as men and see each other's point. You know what I'm saying? And it was through that, right, that after we sat down and it was all over, I said to myself, okay, off my own experience, I believe the apology was genuine. I believe, you know, there wasn't any malice intent, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a little more personal around. And I took it for that. And if it was an empty gesture, then so be it. But
all the brothers wasn't too happy with the end result, right? Because everybody didn't get it. Everybody wasn't invited. Like, what was the outcome between y'all? Because I remember y'all having a little. I don't want to go there, bro. I'm just saying. Don't laugh. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say this. This is what I'm gonna say. Right when it first happened, we had a brotherly huddle. Right. Once that huddle broke, everybody had a duty to do. Everybody had a job to do. And when you go out in the field, you're supposed to come back to the table and go over what we did. Right. Yo, right. But what happened was when you playing offense and defense, right? I'm on offense. I'm on go. They're on defense. So what you have to do, you have to split up the offense. So they started to reach out to each person individually. And those people were willing to go without me.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, I was still on go when other people was in negotiation and talks about going on the show.
Mm.
I was still like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And through that whole ordeal, at the end, I became the last one that to get it right with. And then it just was what it was. So I just felt like, yo, if I snuff a nigga and you go in his pockets, like, how are you accept an apology for something you ain't stand up for? I stood up for it because I felt that it was an attack on my name. I wasn't a part of a group. Now, if I could have been in a group and you would have just said, the iPod group, there's 20 iPod group members. Who is it? But there's only one in me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. And you know what I mean? I felt it was an attack on my character. It wasn't an attack on my music. It wasn't an attack on my my acting abilities or anything. I just felt that word was a character flaw that didn't fit me.
I remember calling Nori.
And that's my thing, right?
Did I call you? Did I tell you? Didn't I call you and say I'm gonna get you on the phone with Nori? I could have sworn I called you.
I believe
yeah, I called
you. A lot of people called that was mutual friends. You know what I'm saying? Trying to air it out. You know what I'm saying? And I must say, a lot of my big brothers, they was just checking to say like, yo, you all right? You ain't got that thing on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm all right. Nah, I'm chilling up. You know what I mean? I'm learning how the social media thing goes. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is how you got to troll. And I'm trying to figure it out. So that's what I was just, doing. And, but yeah, man, it worked out for the best. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nori, EFN, and their whole team. They was nothing but gentlemen and scholars through the whole deal.
Messed up, though, because Nori got blamed for something EFN said, though. Nori ain't even say it. It was EFN. You know that, right?
You know what? I don't even know.
Nori didn't say it was EFN. Shout out to EFN, that's the bro. But I'm just saying, Nori is being the most vocal in the face. He got all the blame.
Well, see, I don't know. Listen, this is my analogy, right? If four people were sitting at a table talking about someone, if you don't defend that person and you don't say, yo, I don't agree with you, or you don't get up and remove yourself, you down with the shit, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Like, yo, if especially when you talk about if you don't step in and say, yo, nah, what, you know what I'm saying? So that could be, you know what I'm saying? I could see how somebody could feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Me and you, the biggest thing that happened with you recently was my expert opinion. I want to say to you, why did you look like a deer in headlights after a while? You look like you ain't kind of know what the fuck was going on. Like, there was a lot of J Hood controversy there. You was there. But I remember at one point you was looking like, what the hell is happening?
Well,
go ahead.
Well, all right. See, this is the thing. I wasn't scheduled for my expert opinion to be on this show. I wasn't.
Okay.
At all. That wasn't the thing. Prior, probably maybe even a half a year, longer than that, me and J Hood got in touch with each other through social media. We started just chopping it up and, vibe. And we said, yo, let's do some music, back, cool. You know what I mean? Sending tracks. And we did the record Get Back months, way before the interview. So it wasn't like, yo, we did this interview, now we got this record, and now it wasn't like that. It was that we did the record, and we had it in the stash, and we was planning on building records and building something to put out. So at that time, you know what I'm saying, I don't ask for opinion, I don't ask for approval to do anything that I want to do. So it wasn't that. But I did holler at, Kiss, and was like, yo, nah, all love, bro, all good. Nah, dude. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, cool, we can deal with each other, right? Cool. So we started vibing out. That was that. He had to come to New York to do my expert opinion show. So he's like, yo, while I'm up here, yo, let's knock out the video. So we like, bet. So he's like, yo, meet me up at the show. I'm like, I don't know, because, you know what I mean, it was some little funny dealings with that prior, right? I was in touch with Math, and we were supposed to go up there, but you know how this shit go. Miscommunication, and it never happened. So I was, I was feeling my way, you know what I'm saying, about the show. And so was he. Because when I got there and I seen him, he was like, oh, that's that crazy. You ain't going to the show. I'm like, yo, you don't remember the And he was like, oh, you're right. And we dapped up. It was all love. And he's like, yo, you here now? You fucking with us? Bike up. So I was like, yo, Hood is so good. He's like, yeah, it's so good. So that's how I even got there, to be mic'd up, to be on the show, right? And all through the interview, I was learning things like everybody else was learning them. You know what I'm saying? During that thing. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. I have nothing but respect for Hood. You know what I'm saying? I got respect for Kids Styles, Sheik too. I'm not involved. It's like, yo, I ain't look at it like, yo, Shyheim and J Hood against them or none. I didn't look at it like
but
that.
But you know, people perceived it like you was co-signing or you had information that this was gonna be the conversation. You know, that's what everybody perceived that because you sitting there. But I saw him. I'm like, he don't know what the fuck is going on because I know you.
Yeah, I mean, again, their whole issue, like this is like, yo, if I eat, smoke, and drink with dudes and I don't benefit from it, right? I wasn't there when it was happy times with them, and I wasn't there when it was bad times with them. I didn't have no opinion about none of this shit. I didn't really even, to be honest, I didn't even give a fuck really, because I just come out of prison and nobody checked for me. So what the fuck I give a fuck about what the fuck is going on with other niggas. Me and Hood we was building a relationship, you know what I'm saying? And we was working on that. Boom, I had relationship. I don't know what to call it with Styles, kids. And we all right. We piece each other when we see each other. But that's as far as it ever went, right? For the last 20 years. So what loyalty did I hold to anybody? I didn't hold nobody no loyalty in this shit. I was just doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And unfortunately with time and intent, things happen. But no way in the fashion would I be like, no, so, I didn't benefit.
So are you still doing the album with J Hood?
I would say timing is not a good timing where I'm at in my life. I don't know. We was on different times. Last we spoke, he was in more of a rush than I am to do that. And I think that's where it is. He just went on to move on to his label and what he got going on to push forward. But for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm building, I'm rebuilding, I'm working on my life, I'm building myself up, right? So I just didn't want to, I'm not rushing. I like things to be natural. I like things to happen, you know what I'm saying? Off of pure genuineness, right? I don't want to be making a record because I'm chasing fame or I need some money. Like it never comes out good that way. You know what I'm saying? I want to give the world the best me on the film, on the act, on the music. I want to give myself a 100% chance. I want to give myself a shot this time. And that's the real of it.
Did you feel at one point though that you might have got drug into the J Hood and D Block issues and you just wanted to make music? After the interview, because Sheik does an interview too and just like, yo, I don't like that guy, I hate that guy. You just like, what the hell is going on? So did you feel like if he say he hates somebody you standing next to, where does that leave you? And you cool with him and you could like, where does that leave you?
I mean, it leaves me with, listen, y'all niggas gonna fight. I ain't got shit to do with it. What the fuck? Listen, because what makes me fake, if I knew everybody when everybody was cool and then y'all have that's like, all right, you know, I know certain people that you rock with because we knew each other forever, right? That's like me seeing them and be like, because of my relationship. That's corny. I know everybody. Like, it's the same thing to me in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I will hope not. You know what I'm saying? I hope they didn't like that. I was like, that's crazy. When if you did and you had my number, it'd be like, yo, boy, what's up with you? But again, I was under the impression, right? And even in that, I didn't really see him. I believe everybody gets to tell their truth. It's your truth, and then the truth, right? So I don't know what's what. I wasn't with no.
Because you seen the backlash. Styles never respond to anything. He made a whole vlog, and I was like,
yeah, I seen that. I seen that too. But he didn't say nothing to me. And I hope, because if that was the case, you would have to feel all everybody else that was in them seats was. Well, no, I get it because we had the record. But the misconception probably is that the record was done long before the interview.
Yeah.
That we wasn't planning to go up there as a team to be interviewed about some shit. Like that wasn't the plan. That was not even the plan. The plan was, we was planning on shooting the video, but that never took place anyway for a whole nother long story. But
I know the story.
we went, you know what I'm saying, to meet up, to prepare for the next day. And in the time of meeting up, that interview happened. You know what I'm saying? Much love to everybody. I hope nobody was offended by anything, because if I got something to say, I'm gonna say it. I didn't feel that way. I hope they didn't feel that way. That's crazy. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when I'm like, nah, I didn't.
Because it was mad personal
that was
with
the
them.
case,
but I'm just telling the world, when I saw your face, I said, nah, my bro don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
No, I was learning his story, right? Because honestly, I thought J Hood was from Yonkers. I didn't know he was from down south. So all of this is happening there. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I didn't know half of the whole story, right? I didn't even know that, a lot of it. If out of 100% of his story, I probably heard about 90% there that day. 10% vaguely, like, oh yeah, I know he's D Block. I seen him with D Block. I know they had a little such and such, but that's like when me and Ray, we family go through that shit. So I didn't look at it like that. Me and Ray, I see Ray, I hug Ray, I love you, boy, because no matter what, that shit is small shit compared to life. If something happens to tomorrow, nigga, I'll be balling. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nah. You know what I mean? And I maybe I looked at it like that, and so I just didn't understand. Like, if somebody's your brother, you love him, you go through things, why you can't fix it? Did nobody got hurt? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It ain't our politic.
I just hope that they didn't, any one of them, felt like I was against them because I was working with him.
Yeah.
Because that's not the case. I never, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't my intention, nor was that the fact. Or, you know what I mean?
Music, what are you doing?
Oh man, I'm expressing myself, man. I'm back at the point that I want to make music. Again, you know what I mean? I want to be produced. I don't want beats. Like I get people sending me, it's just beats, and it's just like, it's empty, right?
So should we tell them what we doing?
I mean, I say let's get some work. We can tell them. No. I say let's get some work, because somebody mess around and be doing what we doing, and we be talking about, oh snap.
They can't. Well, the brotherhood we got. First of all, can't nobody come between that. That's first and foremost. And the fact that you're motivated to work and I'm motivated to work, it's already locked. But we have some stuff that we're doing that is going to be out of the norm, and it's just both of us is using our expertise. And I didn't just meet Shyheim. I've known him for a very, very long time. Been around him, spoke to him on the phone plenty of times. Went through controversy, the Superb shit. Oh my gosh, rest in peace, Superb, man.
That was crazy too.
Yeah, rest in peace, Superb, man. Yeah,
rest in peace, Superb, right? But that was crazy too, because that's how I looked at. But let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, interview me.
Right, just one question, right? How come? Because I watched you start this thing, right? Where did the validation go? Like, remember, like, where did the truth of a matter go? Because now it just seems like, right, anybody with a camera that can get a YouTube can just say whatever the hell they want to say, right? And because it's going to get a view and it's going to get a stream, that it's about that bag. It's nothing personal. Like, how does that feel when people are like watering down your craft? Because I know how.
Okay, so look, let me, and I know where you're going with it. When I met you, right? When I met you, we was in the street. We was in the barbershop. We had to be outside. I remember you came vested. You came on the street. You was coming to BK. So when you had to go outside in the street, you was vested. I'm just saying. I'm gonna keep it real. You was vested. You came outside, but you had to be in the street.
That kid, man. Yeah. That kid was a funny kid.
I still remember the barbershop. Yeah, but you had to be in the street. So it mattered, because if we did certain things, you could be held accountable in the street, because you had to be in the street. Now you don't have to be in the street. You could just sit in the crib and run your mouth, and nobody's ever going to see you. So that's when the validation changed. Because if the interview with you didn't go right, or it was any friction, then when I go to the island, yo, that nigga on Staten Island, because Staten Island ain't big. So if you in the harbor, if you in Stapleton, somebody gonna get a kite. Yo, he out here. And even you in BK, because then you going over there, y'all gonna fuck with Boom P, that's still the hood. Rest in peace. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, rest in peace, Boom.
So it mattered how you handled each other. Because now we was going to see each other. Now you got niggas living in different states all over. They get to just say whatever they want. They get, I done heard Doggie Diamond's the bitch. I'm like, I never had a man in my face call me a bitch in my life, but I'm all types of bitches on the internet.
Yeah.
So
I always just wanted that, like, because like I said, you've been doing it a very, very
But remember, we
time.
had to, listen, how many times, first of all, me and you have never done, this is the first time we did this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and you was always right there with each other. Besides when you went to the pen and we had to do it over the phone. But other than that, we always was right here. Pull up. Yo, I'm here. When that stopped, when this kicked in, when niggas say, yo, hit the stream yard.
Yo, I'm still thinking about this. I can't believe that you think that Style Chic and Kiss feels like I'm afraid them. I'm thinking this. I'm like, really?
No. See, but think about it, bro. Let's put this in its proper perspective. Y'all do a song called A Get Back, right? Who y'all getting back?
Well, what I'm getting back, I'm on the road to recovery. I'm getting my life back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what, right? But still, that if you know everybody still as one, and just like, how does that work?
I agree with you, but see.
So that's like, all right, let me ask you, right? You knew everybody, right? Mm-hmm. When that's like me saying, yo, don't interview this person.
I knew you in Perb. So that was a sticky situation for me because I'm like, damn, I know both of y'all, but I can't.
Yeah, and then what did I do? I said, yo, hold on. We did the three-way. You remember?
Yeah.
On the three-way, it was a different conversation than what they was told you, and you was on the phone like, yes, you did, nigga. Boom.
Yeah. Because Perv got mad at me. He ended up mad at me after a while. I'm like, yo, man.
Come on, nigga, because the truth is the truth. I wish nigga would have came and you know what I'm saying? But don't say you did that when you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Perb, incredible artist, you know. So again, what I'm saying is that now in this culture, bro, because when you first came out, I was looking, I'm like, yo, I got something to tell him, man. Shit different. Because now we're judged by who. I was in a picture with a nigga, and motherfuckers is mad because we took a picture. Yo, man, I don't know where he live. I don't know nothing. Now we're judged by who we sitting next to, or y'all doing a project together. So let's paint this picture real quick. You got J Hood, unfortunately, got issues with his crew, right? His original crew. This shit been going on too long, right? Then you got you who fresh out the can, trying to get acclimated back to society and do music. They think anything he do, if he throw a dart, if he say anything, you co-sign the shit. I'm telling you, that's how niggas is going to think. But you, unbeknownst to you, that you don't know the extent of, because you've learned his story in real time. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, no, I sure Shy was my man. Why Shy fucking with him? I interview Bully from D Block. I know Kiss. Kiss be in my hood with my niggas. I interview Style. I interview Chic. I interview Bully from D Block. He didn't have no nice things to say about them. But it's my job to do interviews. It's not my job to say, oh, you can't say that.
So let me say this. Maybe the word man is used loosely.
Facts.
Because if we're going to give a definition of loyalty and man, right, that should come with something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's not there, then say, what do I have loyalty to? Besides myself. And I thought that I came there, I didn't say nothing about the issue. I didn't even have, well, I did say one thing. I had one question, but I didn't have an opinion on anything.
You was trying to get clarification.
Yeah, and that was just one question that I had. But still, right? I didn't. Well, whatever, man.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I don't think.
my thing is intent, right? Intent. I didn't go up there with the intent to make anybody feel like I was teaming up with them. I didn't go up there to make anybody feel less. You know what I'm saying? I actually just went up there to meet up with her to do a video the next day.
It's a sorry, but let me teach you something real quick. You know what you're penalized for? You was trying to add on to the culture. Niggas don't want no adding on to the culture no more. All this messy shit take precedent over the culture. So here it is. I'm able to sit here with you and give the world your bio. And we ain't even really, we just scratched the surface because there's more. But that don't matter to people because you're not on here kicking nobody back in. Yeah. Your problem is you wanted to do music. Yeah. That's not where the culture is at now, bro. Unfortunately, it's sad. I talk about this shit every night. But the fact that you wanted to do music and you're learning about issues and problems going to do music, now you're penalized for wanting to do music because you don't know. Because at the end of the day, man, you don't, what the fuck that got to do with you? You know Kiss, you know them just like you know them.
You think I was penalized though?
No. I'm talking about the opinion. You're not penalized in no way, but you know, people can have an opinion. They could get over it real quick, or they might not have an opinion. But I'm just saying the early on perception because Styles don't respond to shit. So for him to respond, he was upset. For Sheik to go on Vlad right after and be like, yo, I don't like that nigga. But you're sitting with him though. You're his rap partner. You see how that look? Unbeknownst to you.
Yeah, but if a nigga telling his story, that's his story. I wasn't there.
2023, everything that you knew, bro, do not exist no more.
That's crazy.
You his rap partner. You understand what I'm saying?
Then fuck it. Then I gotta go out with the nigga. Then if I gotta jump with him, then what's up then, right? But nah, real shit though. But that intent is everything, and that's my thing with anybody in the world, right? Sometimes fucked up shit happens. But I look at the intent and I look at a person's heart. If a person had malice in his heart and intent to disrespect me, then that's how I'll deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But nowhere did I have the intent to make anybody feel any way.
Yeah, so let's say they don't feel a way. Let's say they don't feel a way. Where we at in the culture now, because everybody see, when you left, there was no Instagram. Right? There was no social media the way it was. Now I could go directly on your page and say, fuck you, D-Block forever. And you're like, well, you sitting there? Why you saying that to me? Oh, you fuck with Hood. You understand what I'm saying? And you like, no, we doing a project together. That's my man. I don't got nothing to do with that.
Well, see, I think again, the words, we have to learn how to use our words better. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really say words like brother, man, I love you, yeah, unless we eat together and you check up on me to see if I ate. You know what I'm saying? None of niggas check to see if I eat.
Yeah, nobody, right?
Nobody. Good kiss, stab. Nobody checks to see Shyheim ate last night. So I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have no intent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm you know, if things work out and I'm in a different place and time presents itself and we vibe, maybe one day we will get the album done. You know what I'm saying?
But see, look how I called you one day and I was like, yo, what's up with your publishing? Yeah. That's some brother shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's because I want to
plug me to help me get in a better situation, right? And not to gain nothing from it. See, that's that. Like a lot of people, if they're gonna get a percentage of it, they'll put you in a situation. But if they stand not to gain nothing, but to see you get in a better situation, how many would do it?
But you are my brother, and I do love you, and I do it for the culture.
Yeah. And I say it like this, right? To the whole culture, right? To the whole industry. They watch me get out of prison. They watch a lot of us get out of prison, right? Do the industry come and aid us to get our life back together? No. Has any of these tours said, you know what? We don't like seeing Shyheim go to jail and get in trouble, right? You know what I'm saying? Yo, let's put him on this tour. Mm-hmm. Yo, we don't like to see Shyheim this, but nobody gives a fuck what happened with Shyheim. Mm-hmm. So stop, like, let's stop playing like that.
Yeah.
Stop playing like that, right? So it's hard to differentiate
the
real life from that shit, right? So
And then you get a
I don't
phone
know.
call from me, right? I ask you, yo, is the situation, how's that looking? Okay, let's talk about that real quick. And then I got to play. Let's put this play together. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's brotherhood when you thinking about somebody and the phone just ringing, you like, oh shit, what's up? Oh, yo, I just thought of something. And I got you in mind. Because there's a million motherfuckers that we could say is my man. I do interviews, so everybody done came across this fucking desk. But I thought about you because, hold on. Nah, I always got to go for the under. Do you think you blackballed?
I think I was deemed hard to work with for some reason, right? I don't
Why?
know.
Because you was a baby? What baby ain't hard to work with?
I just think sometimes I'm too smart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I know the business, and sometimes if people can't take advantage of you, they rather not deal with you at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it's part that. I think it's part, this beard, man. This beard been doing it lately. Ever since I grew my beard and shit, they just don't let him around, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Again, in this industry, I always tried to be on time.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to be respectful in any business deals I've done. I haven't robbed anybody for nothing. You know what I'm saying? In this industry, so I don't know why I would be blackballed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fans say they love me. I see the support, so I don't understand. Maybe my what I stand for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe the powers that be ain't room for that. Remember, I came in with this goes on and on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
We had a sidebar. We had a sidebar, and you asked me a critical question, and I do want to let the audience know on that because I want to know their opinion, and y'all can leave a comment. So Shyheim asked me earlier because we have some things in the works. We not gonna prematurely announce anything, but we do have some things that we worked on brainstorming, and the thing that we want to do. He asked me, do you believe the powers that be want to see that happen? And I told you, the powers that be, the devil's so tricky. The devil was once an angel, fallen angel. You understand what I'm saying? So the devil no good. So what they'll do is it's like the dude that sell crack in the hood, but then give out turkeys. So Lord, I poisoned the hood, I fucked the hood up, but I gave out turkeys. So we got to look for that room that we got that the devil is going to let us live. And then it's up to the people.
Yeah, but
it's up to the people, bro. The devil can't stop the people. The devil can't stop the people. The people don't know the power they have. And that's why I say hit the like button, hit the share button. They won't do it, and you let the devil win because the devil don't want the message out there. Right? But you control the message, just like you control the bad. They put things in your face that you think everything is all bad. But then you got to learn how to extract the good and find the good. But go ahead though, bro. What you gonna say?
Yeah. I think I was gonna gonna say that I think, right, because when you say think, I don't really have proof of it. But sometimes you possess things, right? Qualities, right?
Mm-hmm.
That people see and wish maybe want that. So your light is too bright sometimes.
You just preaching to the choir right now because again, if I go on Drink Champs and Nori say there would be no Drink Champs if it wasn't for you, then people say, well, yeah, why you not on? Why you on it? Because what's meant for me gonna be meant for me.
For you, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why I called you today because my thing is pairing up with like minds and say, yo, bro, we got wild cards too. We sidebar on that. We talk about, but we got some wild cards, and the devil can't stop God, man. And we keep giving the devil. How the devil gonna stop God?
But what happens is once, right, the God could beat one devil, right? but then fall victim to another devil once he get in another level,
But
right?
you already fell victim, and that's the
Yeah,
lesson that you learn.
yeah,
See, we
yeah,
already experienced that shit. We ain't little kids. We experienced
yeah.
all the fun, the drinking, the women, the money, blowing it, being we experienced all that. Now we about nation building and legacy. So that's why we go into it with a different insight. I wouldn't put you on the phone with my comrade if I didn't think he was a good dude to know you or you was a good
Yeah,
dude to know him. So
yeah,
this is what I'm saying. And then you know, when we spoke earlier, I said, hold on, let me get homie on the line right now. The
yeah,
other homie. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I didn't say, yo, nah, Shy, I'm gonna talk to him for you. No, I'm gonna get him on the phone right now. This is
yeah,
how we do because niggas been hiding plugs from you. Niggas been
yeah,
stifling shit. Niggas have been, yo, I don't know, Shy. Nah, why not? If you fuck with me the way you say you fuck with me, you
yeah,
gotta show and prove. I don't wanna hear no lip professors. I don't wanna hear
yeah,
none of that shit. You can't
yeah,
tell me nothing. You can only show me. Love
yeah.
is an action.
It's a fact.
Love is an action, and I think we fell too in love with words. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
the wise words being spoken, but a lot of times niggas' words ain't even wise no more.
nah,
Niggas' wisdom
nah,
ain't right. You understand what I'm
nah.
saying? So a lot of times I be like, fuck out of here, man. The nigga said he loved me, and then I called him, and it said, doo doo doo, the number you have
Word.
reached. So you don't got no love for me.
Didn't even, yeah,
Spent me. You
yeah. It's
understand
a
what I'm
lot of
saying?
that.
So again, we at a point right now where if we don't band together and stick together and do shit, then we gonna fall victim because there's more suckers than us.
Yeah,
There's more suckers, but look at the resources. Look at that. You a credible actor. You SAG actor. Like you understand what I'm saying? So if you act,
yeah,
what they gonna say? Oh, he ain't been in no movies. That's a motherfucking lie. He ain't ever do no albums. That's a motherfucking lie. You know what I'm saying? And relevance, and this is one thing I want the audience to know, because people like to say what's relevant and what's not relevant. Relevance is the conversation. Relevance is never the person.
yeah.
Relevance is the conversation. Because if I sat here right now and asked you, what about Troy Ave case? And you make a comment, then Shyheim speaks on Troy Ave because Troy Ave case is relevant, right? So that made
Yeah.
you relevant in that conversation. But people like
It's,
to, and again, that's why I don't ask you about other niggas that
yeah,
don't pertain to you.
yeah, because it'd be like, yo, how does my thing is how would that affect me and how does that change my life?
What's your
If it
bottom? Yeah,
doesn't
your
affect
bottom line.
me, yeah, if it doesn't affect me and it doesn't change my life, what does my opinion matters and why am I voicing my opinion matter about men shit that don't got nothing to do with me? So I think that's corny in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I don't do
But
that.
my
But
initial
you know what I'm
call to
saying?
you, bro,
Yeah,
I DM'd you to put paper in your pocket. I
yeah,
don't
no,
get
that's a
shit from
fact.
that. I don't get it. But you know what I get? I get to give back to the culture that I say I love. So where's my actions to what I say I love?
Yeah, that's a fact. You showed improvement. That's
Show
how
and
we
prove.
have an understanding.
This is where this is, and then if it was more dudes like me, like you, and some of our other comrades, we would be winning. But what you did say, the new levels, new devils. But remember, that's already in
But
you.
I think they do have it though, right? You say, but I think people pick their team, right? And that's who they fuck with. People have their units. It's just like, yo, you gotta find yours and you gotta deal with yours. You know what I'm
But
saying?
look at, but
And
look though, let me explain something to you, right? Even when these niggas say they got their team, look at the turmoil within their team. It's fake. See, when I look at you as a dollar sign, you're not even a man to me no more. If I can't eat off you, if I can't benefit off your name, your likeness, your death, and that's all I think about, I don't give a fuck about you. That nigga ain't feeding me, fuck him. But I
so that's
care.
one thing, right?
Mhm.
So what do you say, right? That's it, right? Okay. Oh, he ain't feeding me, right? Well, that's one angle, right? Then what about if they try you don't even for the opportunity though, like without a person, not you per se, right? So
Mhm.
you have people in position that can help someone, right? And it doesn't cost them a thing to help this person. Why don't they help this person
Because
or these
you
people,
you
right?
because you have the ability to outshine them. You have the why is it the devil? It's devils, it's demons, but historically has been one devil. Why it ain't a
Yeah,
million devils? Why he
yeah,
don't got an equal? Just like they say God don't got an equal, neither do the devil. but he has minions. So at the same time, you think a motherfucker gonna help you and he know you could rap, know you could act, know you could be in power, BMF, any of that shit. You think a nigga gonna help you? If he help you and you outshine him, he's supposed to be proud, but they're not gonna be proud because the pride and the ego of a man always wants to be the man. And motherfuckers is selfish. That's really it. Again, anything that you get from the situations, that's for the culture. I never said I was hungry. I never said I was broke. Yo, today I tell the world, I applied for an Apple credit card. They gave me $6,000. I'll show you right now. Today, like right before I hit you, they gave me 6 bands. I'm like, oh shit, I wasn't even expecting this 6 bands because I know my credit is good. Shout out to my brother Tydro. You know what I'm saying? So again, you winning, listen, if everybody could develop this mantra, we would win. You winning don't mean I lost.
Yeah.
It's just your time, bro. I popped champagne before. And I got some of the greatest dome. I live good, but I get joy out of, look at Shy. Woo, you back.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching you, and I'm really a fan of the culture. I'm not a fan of men. I'm a fan of the culture. Me and you have always stayed in tune. Well, we known each other fucking like 2005. We known each other for a long time. No, we know each other from MySpace. We go from MySpace. So there we go. We go from MySpace. Oh no, it wasn't 2005. I'm tripping. That shit was way before that. So again, 5 is like, 5 by that time I think you was bidding. This is what I'm saying. So my thing has always been, where's Shy? What is he doing? Oh, nope, he fucking up. I gotta hit you. Don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because people don't even understand at one point. I was like your internet manager. Like any rumors, anything, you gonna hit me. Yo, let's clear that up. You understand what I'm saying? So right now, when we the change that we want to see, maybe they'll get on board. Maybe they'll hate harder, but they can't stop nothing. Yo, you can't stop God.
Yeah.
And when we all start developing that mind, how you gonna stop God? You're not God. You don't got no God in you. All you got in you is devil. The God you can't stop was destined for me. That's how I live my life. I'll be like, you stupid motherfucker. You stupid. Because you could be with me, but you want to be against me for whatever reason, whatever jealous reason you have or whatever.
Yeah, but then you know what happens in that? What happened with, like, you develop skills that you didn't set out to get. You know what I'm saying? And you learn these skills through necessity, right?
Me. That's
like
me.
now, right? I know I can film, video, edit myself. I can record myself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I can make my own T-shirt if I want to with a heat press and a crick. Like, I know how to do that. If sometimes I'd be like, damn, if I had it all laid out, I wouldn't have learned these skills that are now other businesses for me. You know what I'm saying?
But now what you are though, you become the best teacher now. You become a teacher of something that you never got taught.
Yeah.
So now you got a foundation you laying out for the up and coming, for the next, for your children, for your seeds. It's different. I'm one of the best teachers. When everybody's like, I'm starting a podcast, everybody hit me. These people don't know. Everybody hits me and say, yo, let me ask you something. I say, nah, don't do that, do this, do that. I'm like an executive consultant to a lot of people's shit. They won't go on their platform and say it, but I don't do it for credit. I do it for the love of the culture. Again, I never said I was broke, never said I was hungry, never said I was late on my bills. I'm going to get mine. I don't have to beg the people for nothing. I'm going to get mine. Only thing I ask them to do is help spread these words and these messages out there, because we speaking from the love language. We could go on here and tear niggas. We could, listen, I got some stories. You got some stories. We could kick niggas in the ass for 2 hours. That's not intriguing to me, right? What's intriguing to me is that I'm a part of Shyheim getting back in his glory where he need to be, because we put plays together, because I see the plays, the interceptions happening.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you the point guard, you know you get the most turnovers too, right?
Yeah.
You either got assists or turnovers as the point guard, because the ball is always in your hand. So now, if the turnovers happen and you bringing the rock up the court, that's on you. So that you're able to take your career in your own hands, it's the best thing for you because you're not going to fucking steal from you. You
That's a
know what I'm
fact.
saying? You ain't
Right.
going to jerk you. And making bad decisions, you learn what's right and wrong. So
Yeah.
this is where you at. So you know you really in the driver's seat right now because you don't have no financial obligations to nobody. You don't owe a motherfucker nothing. You at a point where you in the driver's seat, and then once you know this team is formed, that all work, no play. Cause all I do is this shit, bro. I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about nothing else. I tell my audience every day, if I don't create, I'm gonna die. Like
Yeah.
you a creation. I'm a creation. Why not let it manifest through you? Keep creating. You know how to rap, writing the scripts, all this shit.
Yeah.
Just nobody, what I just tell motherfuckers, if you ain't feeding me, don't tell me how to eat. Don't tell me who I can and can't fuck with when you had the opportunity
Yeah.
to help me. And
Yeah.
I know that's where
Yeah.
you at with it because once, yo,
Yeah.
Shy, why you ain't come to me, nigga? I done been on for like 5-6 years now. You ain't even called me.
Yeah.
Because you supposed to be on the powers, but then maybe you not. Maybe that's not what's meant for you. Maybe what's coming is meant for you. Maybe what you make for you is gonna be
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. Because it's like this, right? I always tell people, right? I don't want to get a bunch of money to create new jobs.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's not what I'm in for. So I don't want to be a worker, right? And I do have the talent, like I said. So you know what? It was right is right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe it's meant to be written, directed, and produced, right? Everything, right?
What I
Maybe
took
it's just like you
after
have to be
you hung up
everything.
with me today, did you have the battery in you? Was you feeling
Oh
good?
yeah,
This is
yeah,
what I'm
it's lit,
saying,
it's
bro.
lit.
Listen, after I called him up, listen, man. Cause you know I'm just always been the type of dude like, yo, come on, man. What the fuck is you doing, man?
Yeah,
What is you doing? Like, we don't got no time to lay down. We lay down when we going under the lawn. But for right now, bro, we need 7 days. If Tupac could
yes,
do, listen, if Tupac could do a whole album in 7 days, imagine what we could do in 7.
yeah.
And we
Nah,
gonna
that's
show and
fact. We're gonna
prove.
get it done.
We gonna get
We're
shit
gonna get
done.
it
You know what
done.
I'm saying? And the audience, they going to be pleased because they're gonna be like, oh shit, how the fuck y'all do that? We did it out of love. Love gonna
Yeah,
conquer everything. Not fake love, not love bombing and all this weird shit. Genuine love and the love for the culture. And when you love
yeah,
the
yeah.
culture eventually pour back into you.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, already know, man. I gave hip hop all this shit
Gave it your life.
more than half my life. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's what it
Yeah,
is. You know what I'm saying?
cause
It's
that's what I'm
always
saying.
love.
I don't let nobody that I know deep beat down. Now we ain't got no time for that shit, man. What the fuck is we
Yeah,
doing? You gonna waste your talent? I just did a whole show about wasting talent. This is what I talk about on here. So of course I'm not gonna have 10,000 people because I ain't kicking nobody in their ass. You understand what
yeah,
I'm saying? But when they hear this new music you dropping and they see these other projects that you got going on, and then I know niggas gonna be hitting me to get to you. And I'm going, yo, look, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. So
yeah,
what I told you, I said, yo, we just gotta put out some work. Once we put out some work, I mean, fucked up. But remember the street days. You had to give out samples,
yeah,
man. And they say,
yeah,
yo, this shit had me, niggas, you smoke your shit like, yo, that shit had me ringing bells. Yo, that shit had me, yo, now niggas know he got that work. Because we not playing
yeah,
these industry games. We're not a part of that.
yeah, yeah,
We're not playing those games. We don't even have to though. The internet,
yeah, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They got a couple of dollars. Like we don't even gotta play. But we ain't coming to your parties. We don't party the way y'all party. Y'all party different. Y'all party in bathhouses and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't party like that. We about the work. So once we get this shit in motion and we do shit, niggas gonna be like, oh shit, they wasn't playing. And I'm not
yeah,
a nigga who play. Like, this is my life. What else I'm gonna do?
yeah,
All I'm a person is a man with a bunch of knowledge. But look at the knowledge you acquired, but you already had as a baby. You understand what I'm saying? You might have
yeah,
been one of the first indigo children. Because you knew some of the shit you knew as a kid. It's just the bad decisions, trying to
yeah.
be tough, trying to, you know what I'm saying, getting led down paths to try to prove shit. Yo, the worst shit you could do is try to prove something to somebody who don't love you.
Word,
That's the worst
word,
decisions you could ever
word,
make. You trying to prove.
word.
That's why I always say shit, man, y'all don't love me, so I ain't trying to prove shit to y'all. Because the person who love you gonna tell you what? Yo, go in the house, Shy.
Best for you.
Yeah, go
and
sit
even
your
if
ass
you're
down.
wrong, and even if you're wrong, they're gonna correct you where you're wrong and show you the right way, and not, you know what I'm saying, rub you on your head like, it's gonna be all right. Let's go. We'll figure it out later, bro. If it's not like that, then it never was that like that. That's a
You
fact.
know what's some deep shit? I probably got more success, maybe more finances than all my people. But I still got OGs. Because it ain't about money. It's about, hold on, I'm going to lay my life down for you. I'll take a life for you. But I ain't going to let you be dumb to put me in any of those situations. So sometimes they'll call me and say, yo, the fuck is you doing? And I got to listen. I'm the baby cousin. I have to listen. I got it. And I'll be like, fuck this, man. I ain't do. But then I done seen the nigga at Thanksgiving. I done seen the nigga around the family. Like, yo, I gotta talk to you. Like, here we go with this shit. So you talented. You're talented come from a place that no man could take that from you. So the talent that you got, the mind that you got, the humility that you got, fuck that. You saw the world, bro. You saw the world. Like, you know that it's a bigger world than Crown Chicken and Hairy Chicken Wing Chinese. You seen the world. You done hit LA. You done hit a lot of LA. We talk about that off the carry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did your numbers, but now the butterfly was once a goddamn, a goddamn caterpillar. Yeah. So this is just the metamorphosis and
trust the process.
Trust the process. This is the stages. You ain't always have a beard.
Yeah.
You ain't always have a baldy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But it's stages in life that you got to go through to get you somewhere else. And then you get to that stage and say, yo, this shit might be boring. Now I want to do something else. You know what I'm saying? Shit, look at all this shit, bro. I do all this shit. No, I don't have no team. It's me. I'm doing my graphics. I'm doing all this shit. And it's satisfying because I'm like, yo, I'm not wasting my gifts. Because you done been to wakes, you done been to funerals, you seen some dudes hang up in the prison. You understand what I'm saying? You seen dudes get stabbed, cut. You seen the wildest shit. And for you to come out for that long stretch, come out with your wit, your mind, your ability, you already ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I didn't do it on my own, man. I got things. A lot of them brothers up there that I was with, man, that held me down, man, and kept me focused on the right things, man, and always let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nah, bro, when you go home, you that nigga, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the courage. And you know what I'm saying? I appreciate all them brothers. Some of them are still there. Yeah. Some of them is home. Some is watching right now, probably. You know what I'm saying? They always hit me up like, yeah, boy, I see you still home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, man. Staying home, staying out the way and protecting your energy and not getting caught up in bullshit.
And dumb shit. Because think about it. We didn't talk about no dumb shit.
Yeah,
we didn't talk about no street shit. We talked about the culture and giving them you. Because again, it's things about you that people don't know. So they gotta learn, they gotta find out. So when you do bust moves, you don't have to give validation. You've been valid. That's the question you asked me. Yo, how these niggas doing this shit? Who validated them? Nobody gets validated anymore. We come from the school of, if nobody said you could speak, you shut the fuck up. Now, everybody, now niggas would just say anything. You know what I'm saying? And niggas want to drag you into street shit. Niggas want you to have dialogue about street shit. Listen, we trying to get money. Fuck that shit. That shit over, bro. Like, come on, man. That street shit is old. I got a fucking legal firearm. Who thought a nigga from Brooklyn who had my past could walk around with a fucking gat and can pop you? You understand what I'm saying? So
lucky you.
This is what I'm saying. But now we could work on you. This is what I'm saying. Is so much information, and one of the things
I don't think I'll ever get one.
Listen, you could always get certain. We'll talk about that. But what I want you to know, bro, one thing that we withhold from each other, that's the worst thing. It ain't even the money. It's the information.
Yeah.
We withhold the information from each other.
And then by the time we get it, sometimes it's too late.
It's too late.
Sometimes it's too late.
The goal unswitched. Like I'm sitting here watching people think AI is fucking doing Biggie vocals. And I'm like, y'all motherfuckers in trouble if y'all think that's what AI is. And y'all think AI is our robot too. oh no, it's some shit going on. But y'all don't have the information. And then when people give you the information, you take it for popularity. Sometimes the most popular, remember, Malcolm was right there in Harlem. Malcolm X was in Harlem. He walked up and down the streets of Harlem. And some people was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Fuck him. But then now people saying, damn, I miss him. You understand what I'm saying? You already did prophetic shit. You already put out music. On and On was your first record. That was Stapleton.
Yeah.
You did that as a baby. You know what I'm saying? So the path is clear. As long as the mind is clear, you got a good support system. You got everybody around you telling you, nah, fuck that. And you already know who to stay the fuck away from, because there's going to be some niggas that's like, yo, let's go hit this dust. And you're like, nah, I don't do that no more. You understand what I'm saying? Because they are there. They are there because everybody is not where you're at. And I had to learn that. I had to learn, yo, man, nah, nigga ain't ready. Nigga not ready. You know what I'm saying? And I got to leave him where he at. It's unfortunately, but they not ready. And I got to leave certain people there. Maybe I could spin the block. But maybe that's just their destiny too. And I think you might care too much. You might want for shit that for people, they don't want that shit from themselves. But again, you did your bid. How many visitors did you get?
Yeah, not many. How
many shout outs did you get?
Not many.
So
oh, yeah. You already know.
Yeah. So again, because people look at, because we also got to understand that sometimes we do things, and sometimes our own loved ones look at us with disgrace, like they above fucking error. They like, oh, you what? Oh, I can't fuck with you. And it's like, okay, fuck you then. But don't jump back on my dick when I get back up on, when my shit get back right. Ain't no brother shit.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, right? You still can't leave them hanging after that. You still got to lift your brother up and help him, because you can never change who you are because of other people.
No, I had to learn a new way, bro. I had to learn a new way. Like, niggas created a genre off my mind. You see me doing interviews when the interviews wasn't cool. Now look at all the niggas who do interviews. Remember, it was just me. You do remember it was just me, maybe one or two other dudes. Look at the culture now. That shit comes from here, though. That's something that I crafted, something I built, right? So who the fuck lifted me? Nobody. So again, I'm going to lift those that I know would lift me if they could. Yeah. Remember I told you before, I said, yo, Shy, sometimes these niggas ain't shit. You think a nigga got the plug. He ain't got shit. He doing worse than you. He taking bottles back to the store. He living off a girl. He just know how to dress it up and make it look good. But nigga struggling. Yeah. You might be in a better position than some of these dudes that you think should look out. Because then you start realizing nigga don't got no creative control. Nigga don't got no power. And you be like, damn, he know how to put it together. But what's the one advantage that you have? You don't owe nobody. Yeah. And you could create your own destiny. Right now, tonight, you can change. You could. Some of these niggas can't do that. They contractually and shit. They mentally not in the right state, and they still walking around like somebody owe me. Somebody owe me. Somebody owe me. Yo, nobody don't owe me shit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Nobody don't owe me shit.
Now, kind gesture would be nice, but you still don't owe me nothing.
But again, that's when we want to, before I be the moral police, I gotta stop watching porn and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna be the moral police. I gotta get some of my shit out there. You know what I'm saying? So nah, you in a good space. I let you come out and I let you do what you had to do. But you see, when I hit you, it's like, yo, all right, bro. This is what we doing now. This is what you gotta do now.
That's a big fact. That's a big fact. You already know love is always there.
Get your paper. This is how you gonna get your paper. Right? Yeah. This is how you're going to get your paper, and this is how we going to bust these other plays, because I got a plug over here. But I'd rather do it with like minds and alikes than other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And we here to make history. We're going to make history all over again. Because history has to get renewed too. You understand what I'm saying? You have to tell them, I was in TLC videos, because some people be like, "Get the fuck, who the fuck is he?" But I bet you your mama know that nigga. You understand what I'm saying? I bet you auntie was like, "Damn, So we gotta fuck with auntie. You
Yeah.
gotta fuck with your mama. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. So again,
Yeah.
because people grow with us and we have to grow. We grown men and people grow with us. And we just gotta show them like, yo, nah, this shit didn't tear me down. This shit didn't break me down. This shit didn't stop me. This shit made me strong. Like I said, because I
Yeah.
asked you, what did you learn from your bid? You was like, yo, I learned this. All right, so you in a good place, because some niggas, and then you was man enough to say, well, my first bid, I ain't learned shit.
Yeah.
I still was, being a fucking idiot. So give them your social media, bro.
Oh, Instagram, IG, Shyheim_rugged. That's SHYHEIM_rugged. My YouTube is Isometric Concepts. That's ISOMETRCCONCEPTS. Website ISO360.org. ISO360.org.
You on TikTok?
Yeah, I am on TikTok. I didn't really get the TikTok thing. I'm still learning TikTok a little bit, but Shyheim_. No, am I Shyheim_rugged? No, I'm ISO360_ on TikTok.
Got you. So
Yeah.
they'll In Too Deep. They keep asking me about In Too Deep. What was that like, man? How the hell you got in that movie?
Oh, were you looking at something right now?
I'm
You
looking
get
at
to
the
see
chat,
something?
bro. Hold on, let me show you. I can
Oh,
show
I
you.
don't see that.
Yeah, I
How
can
come
show
I
you.
don't see
Look,
that?
this is the chat. This is the people.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. You see something? I'm sitting there wondering. I'm like, yo, what the hell are you looking at?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Too Deep. What was that like?
Oh man, that was dope. I got to hang out with LL Cool J, Omar Epps, Sticky Fingers,
Gano.
Hassan Johnson, Gano
That's
Grills.
on Staten Island.
Was in
That's
the
on Staten
building.
Island, yeah.
That was in the building. Man, it was a great experience, man. It was crazy because I had got that right after I lost the role in Belly, and after that
What Belly? You
happened,
was gonna be one of the two young dudes in Belly?
yeah.
I don't think that would have fit you though.
The one with
I don't think
DMX.
that.
I was supposed, huh?
I don't think that would have fit you though.
Well, yeah, yes. Other people didn't either.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm not saying I'm glad you lost the people, but
no, it was good. It was good because everything's not for you. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't for me, and I got In Too Deep, and that was a great experience, man.
even though I'm gonna tell you, you bullshitted yourself turning down that Friday shit.
No, but you got to understand, I wasn't I wasn't even I didn't think that far. All I thought was, yo, you a sellout, and that was more than anything. To me, movie couldn't have did that. Movie couldn't have gave you, you know what I'm saying, the props you got for being nice as an MC back in the early '90s, like or the mid '90s. You couldn't.
So if they rewind, he turned down or wasn't in Friday. He's supposed to be Chris, right? The little bad kid kicking over the garbage cans. Wow. But you did.
Yeah, but see, if I'd have did that, right, who's to say that I would have been able to be cast for TLC Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls, because they might have not even seen that same character, that same kid. I might have could have damaged it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So now you see it now, they got everything. The kids wearing their hair out. They started they took my braids, they made a cartoon out of them and everything. It's like, yo.
How the fuck did you and Meth end up like looking up like, what the fuck is that all about? Like what the fuck is that all about?
I think we all look alike. We black.
Yeah, they said somebody said me and you got the same nose.
Everything, man. Because we got the same ancestors, man. We from the same people, we from the same tribe.
Yeah. The Parenthood, Robert Townsend is kind of responsible for putting the Dan Wayans family on. A lot of people don't know that shit. What was that like?
Great dude, man. Rob Towns is big, bro. That's big, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was an experience, man. All them people was elders, you know what I'm saying? And I have to admit, when I was in a circumference, you know, that they always was that. They always was a black leader, and they always were, for me at least, inspiration. You know what I'm saying? When I look back at it, sometimes then I couldn't see it, but when I look back and I think about it, I'm like, they treated me this way, they did this, they told me this, they told me that. Those was all, you know, planting seeds that I'm gonna be able to use for now in my future.
So hopefully in the next movie you don't die.
No,
Because you keep getting
no.
bodied and
Well,
everything.
well, hey, listen, if I get the script and that's what it calls, that's what the hell gonna happen.
No, I'm just telling you, when you write the script, don't die.
Oh,
They
no,
saying,
no.
yeah, you wasn't Media Man too. Damn, what the fuck you was?
Media Man.
No, love, he wasn't in
Nah,
Media Man. He wasn't in
hell
Media
no,
Man.
I was
Yeah,
in
no,
no
he wasn't
Media
in Media Man
Man.
because he would have had to have your hair blonde. That was
Yeah,
way.
no,
That was before
Media
your
Man. They
time.
trying to put me in Media Man.
Yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
wasn't. I
No.
just thought about you wasn't in Media Man. You wasn't in
No, I
Media
wasn't
Man.
in Media Man. I got credit for Carlito's Way, and I wasn't actually in it. I was supposed to be in it, but it got cut out, so I still got paid in the
Yeah.
credit, but the scenes never came out, so that was like a freebie.
Got you. So Shy Man, we got work to do. So the
Yes,
night is getting little.
you're
Night is
love
getting
is
old.
love, my
Yo,
brother.
like I
You know what I'm
said,
saying? It's all good, man. Shout out to everybody. Yo, I've done a bunch of free features since I've been out, man. I gotta shout out Hus Kingpin. Y'all go
that's
check
my
out
guy. Oh no, that's my dude right there.
Yeah,
Shout
you
out
gotta
Long
check
Island.
out we got Major Look Part 2, me and Hus, that's fire.
Mm-hmm.
I got a joint with RJ Payne out there
That's
called
my guy too.
Anarchy, me, RJ Payne, and Jojo Pellegrino.
Mm-hmm.
I got the joint out, Get Back with J Hood, that's out.
Mm-hmm.
I got a new joint with Supreme Intellect, some guards out of NC.
Mm-hmm.
We got a joint called Let Them Know, that's out right now. Me and Yasin got a joint out on YouTube called They Never Get It.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just look on the thing and search featuring Shyheim. I got some records out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my feet wet a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna be lit.
How could they reach you for a feature?
My IG, or they can go to iso360.org and leave a message on my website and hit me directly. You know what I'm saying? Or go to IG, DM. I ain't one of them funny style niggas. I answer you back as long as you don't start talking crazy. Because then, you know what I mean? I got to refrain myself, woosah moment. You know what I'm saying? Before nowadays, like you can't even say nothing. You say something, it's like it's a whole story. So you just,
Yeah, shout out to somebody said 810 Henderson Ave alumni.
Okay, what's right? What's up? Shout out to the West body, right? Big Malik, what's up? Cousin J.A. out there. What's happening?
Shout out to
Staten Island.
Yeah, shout out to Staten Island.
Yo, you know what? I have to say this. Staten Island has a lot of new coming artists that's coming out, making a lot of waves, man. And I want to shout them out, man. And I want to tell them keep pushing, man, from all over the island, man. I love it, man. I love it. From Stapleton to Park Hill, New Brighton, West Brighton, Park Hill, Port Richmond, Manners Harbor, A-Town, South Shore, North Shore, everybody from Staten Island, man. I see y'all, man. Yo, keep pushing,
even y'all
man.
in South
Congratulations. This South Beach.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Y'all keep pushing the culture forward, man. You know what I'm saying?
What was your area
code? It was a time. My area code?
Yeah.
10304?
Yeah, mine was 10301.
That's New Brighton.
Yeah, I was in New Brighton, and then I was in New Brighton, and then I was in Park Hill, Hill.
Yeah, but Staten Island, man, they got a lot of things going on, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody out there doing their thing. Shout out my man Gully TV.
Yeah, shout out to
the documentary coming soon. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And shout out to you, Doggie, for always being 100. My man DJ Dez. I can't forget DJ Dez.
Oh yeah. God damn, yeah, he gonna go. He's gonna go great. Shout out to Bebo too. That's the big
Bebo,
homie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bebo.
Before this turned into what show? Video music box.
Yeah.
Remember how I used to be feeding to get a shout out?
But yo, you know what's funny though? Like I grew up watching him. Like when I interviewed Ralph, that was like my only time like being nervous because I'm like, yo, I really wanted to be you. Like you was the first person that was like, yo, hold on, one last question. Was you out there when Charlie Baltimore came in?
Where, Stapleton?
Yeah.
To the video, Ghost video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
What was that like?
I don't know, it was a video. I'm saying. It was a video. She was in the thing, she had the thing, she was in the hallway, she was in Stapleton, that was fire.
Yeah. Cause I remember, cause Stapleton will fool you, cause that shit look like some nice houses and shit. They got terraces and all this shit, and you get over there. Yo, why is it always candles right there on the ground, right on Stapleton? You know what I'm talking about too, right? There's always candles right by that pole and that tree. It's always different candles, right in front of not coming from Papiecitos, not coming from over there, not coming from over there. When you come around
Wall Street.
Yeah, it's always candles on the ground, bro. Next time you go out there, what the fuck?
Maybe somebody's always getting shot or killed, or
Yeah.
it's always an anniversary for something. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So it might not be in the location, but usually, when someone passes away, annually, people would light candles for them. I stopped doing that,
Yeah.
right? Because I felt like I was holding them here in a weird way. Like I got mad tattoos, rest in peace, and I'm in the process of getting them removed or covered because I did all that shit for me trying to keep them here. Even my moms and everybody, me trying to, my moms, and I gotta drink every year to celebrate them. And
I've been stopped doing that shit. Yeah,
I'm not.
that's holding on to trauma. I don't want to hold on to the trauma.
I love everybody, man, and I miss them, but you gotta let them go.
Damn, I wonder if
and they're still here.
Is
This
Papacito
energy
still
don't
there? I
die.
wonder if Papacito's still there.
Papacito, the store's still there. I don't know if Papacito there. Because listen, what I've learned this, right? I don't go anywhere that I don't have no business, right? Today, with the old me, you could get me anywhere, right? And right, but so now, if I know that going to a certain place, there's certain activity there, I don't go if I don't have no business to do there because anything that happens, I'm held responsible too.
Yeah.
So if I go in the hood, the projects, 2:00 in the morning under the building doing whatever, and anything that happens to me out there, I'm responsible too because I don't got nothing to do with none of that. That's like going to hang out with everybody, going to cash their check or going to get a check, and everybody's getting paid tonight but you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what the fuck is you doing? Yo, one last question. I wrote this on Donnie Roof. Who was Donnie?
Donnie, that's my family. Donnie Baez is a twin. Ronnie and Donnie Baez from Edgemere, Queens. That's my family.
Far Rock, right?
Far Rockaway. Yeah, Ronnie, Donnie, twin Glocks. Donnie Ron, him and Ronnie. Ronnie's upstate right now, twin Glock. He's serving 25 to life. But Donnie was murdered in Queens. He was the other twin. And that's my family. And that's how me and Perb met.
Yeah, because Perb said, I wrote this on Donnie Roof, and he's talking about you. I knew that. I was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, that's how I met Perb. That's how I met Stack Bundles and Chinks through my family from Far Rockaway.
All right, Shao, you know me and you could talk.
Yeah, rest in peace to all those brothers, man, too.
Yeah. Rest in peace to all of them. We got some work to do. Some good. Yeah. They gonna love the work because we put.
Yeah, man. I just want if I let anybody know, man, I love hip hop, man. I love the whole industry, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And if I ever offend anybody, I ain't mean to offend you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. I always tell people when I meet them, they be like, hey, man, I met you when you was young. I'll be like, yo, man, I apologize, man.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Remember what was that? Right? The Cassidy story we went through back in the days or something like that?
Oh, Cassidy.
Yeah, we ain't talking about that. Shout out to Cassidy. Yo, so basically, if I ever offended you and I saw it in your face and I apologize, but if I ever offended you and you mad at me, fuck you. Because that's just me. I might have offended you on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all niggas need to get offended. But if I indirectly offended you.
But it's your intention though, right? Was your intent there?
Nah, some of these niggas eat a dick.
Oh, okay.
But I let you know that. But if I offended you without knowing I offended you and it has no malicious intent and you could bring it to my attention, I will apologize.
Yeah. That's the same thing I'm saying.
But if you, but if you, because I don't want nobody to be like, yo, he said sorry. No, nigga. If it was fuck you as a staff, record label, and a crew, that shit ain't never gonna change.
I feel that too, right? But if that's the case, if I feel like it's really fuck you gonna know about it. But I ain't gonna leave no footprints in the sand.
Actual facts.
It's all love, baby.
Yeah. So what we gonna do? We gonna put this work in, do some stuff. And we want to be able to in the next couple of weeks be able to announce what's going on and show you and basically show you what's going on because we got some shit that we doing and it's just a band of brothers just putting some shit that that they can't even stop. You know what I'm saying? They can't even stop. And it's just all of our talents and skills and going back into
this wellness thing, this recovery thing and all of that. You be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people don't want you to spread the wellness and the goodness and the change.
No, we know. Because I talk about mental illness. I talk about mental illness with the audience every night because shit, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. That shit, it ain't normal to see niggas get shot.
Yeah,
it ain't normal to get
lot.
stabbed, cut, and all that. So we sit there and normalize shit that ain't normal. And then one day we just bug the fuck out and we be like, yo, PTSD. Yeah, I fucked that all the way up.
PTSD.
Yeah. One day we just like, yo, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's your fucking trauma. Your body react to trauma different. Just like how your body react to fear. That's what I always tell my audience. Yo, stop with that scary shit, man. Stop being scared.
You know what I'm saying? Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? I had to do that, right? I had to forgive myself. I had to say, yo, it's all right. And I said, yo, you know what, nigga? You still made off better than a lot of these niggas.
Yeah.
Right? Even through it all. Right? Even through it all, right? When I look back, I was like, yo, you know what? Damn, there's people that didn't even get to do that much.
Yeah. And you know, and the sad thing about our culture too with our people is that when you big up yourself and you say, yo, people be like, yo, stop fronting, stop bragging, stay humble. No.
But then you stay humble. You can't win for losing with people, because if you're too humble, they don't respect you. Then if you're too boisterous, they say you think you all that.
That's why I be like, fuck them. People. Yo, I've seen a Kanye quote today that was so real. He said, yo, if you around people who don't remind you who you are, you forget who you are.
That's a big fact.
That's the realest shit. So the funniest shit, because I love when I'm around like my cousins and shit, they be like, yo, my cousin did it. And I be like, yeah, I did do some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always have the babies with me, because I can show the babies, look, uncle's on Billboard in Times Square. Look, uncle's on TV. You got to give people shit to be proud of too, because you are affiliated with that. So if my greatness, and you can see my greatness, and you can look at the greatness, you want to be great too. You know what I'm saying? But if people, because niggas who doing good, I never seen a nigga hate. That's how you know niggas don't be doing. I'm telling you, niggas be dressing that shit up. You know, if a dog shit on the floor and you put paper over it, it's still shit on that floor. It's just paper over it. So a lot of niggas know how to dress up they trauma. They know how to dress up shit. So you be looking like, man, this nigga, this, that. Nah, nigga not doing too good. Nigga might be an alcoholic. Nigga might be perked out. It might be all types of shit going on in a nigga household, and you think they're doing good because they know how to take that right angle. It's like the girl who take the pictures like this. She fat. I ain't never been wrong on that yet. Take that shit eye level. You take that shit from the up, you fat. And that's fine, but don't cap. You understand what I'm saying? But yo, bro. What's today? Tomorrow, Friday. Let's build Saturday and just, subscribe some shit. Yo, man. Love you, bro.
Wait, before I get out of here, I got to shout out the family, man.
Go
ahead. My family, man, woman, and child. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So the whole family, man. Peace to the gods.
Yes.
And the herbs. Noge.
Yes. We holler later on. All right, y'all. So that was Shyheim. I brought Shyheim on. That's my brother right there. We just kicking it, just letting y'all hear the conversation that we had earlier today. We had a very, very deep conversation, very, very positive. What I try to do with my friends and brothers in hip hop and this culture is I always call them and let them know, come on, man, fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? We ain't folding, we ain't breaking for this culture. Like, look at your talent, look at my talent, look at our know-how. So if you take what you know and you take what I know, then we both know. So when I called him today, the damn song Soul in the Hole came on. And I was like, damn, I ain't speak to Shy in a minute. And I called him. And I was like, yo, you ever? And then the conversation went from there. So it helps me get back in my bag and do certain things. And it just give us something to do. You know what I'm saying? It just give us something to do. So I hope y'all appreciated the interview. I hope y'all hit the thumbs up. If you got a Facebook, please share it. If you got a Instagram, please find a way to share it. A lot of these clips be on Doggie Diamonds TV Instagram. Doggie Diamonds TV Instagram. The clip be there. You can go right to Doggie Diamonds TV. Matter of fact, everybody go right now to Doggie Diamonds TV on Instagram. When the clip is there, share it to your stories. Tell people, because you can't keep keeping all this greatness for yourself. So with that, man, I'm Doggie Diamonds. Until next time, I'm out. Damn, I'm fucking hungry. I can't eat. Oh, man. I got a movie to do. Hint, hint, hint. Until next time, man. Peace. Tiptoe. Info.